Hi, welcome to the show. Welcome back to Rolling Reckless. That's right, everybody slowly remove your hands from your eyes like we're fading in from black. Welcome back to our live play Dungeons & Dragons podcast. My name's Matt Eads, your DM. I'm joined once again by Oliver Aguilar.
Hello, everybody.
Amber Aguilar.
Hi.
Jay.
R. Aguilar.
R. Aguilar.
Hello.
No.
Paula.
Hi.
Aguilar.
And Kevin. Aguilar?
No, Aguilar.
Welcome back. We're here to pick up our D&D campaign. We were playing a little Honey Heist last week that Oliver very ably DM'd. That was super fun.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we might do some more little kind of not D&D but still role-playing adventures here, especially in the home time, the pandemic. But yeah, that was super fun last week. If you haven't checked that out, go listen to it. It is up on the Rolling Reckless feed. I don't have too much else to say. I guess we'll, without any further ado, we'll get into it. Welcome back to Rolling Reckless. Syndicate. Let's see, where are we? When last we were gathered here, you've made your way to Waterdeep. Having set out from Baldur's Gate with two main purposes. One, to return the animated yet severed head of Regis to his body, which you did. And the other to find a gnome, Nicole Kelder. You kind of only have a name, a very loose description of her. She is apparently the granddaughter of the Warforged magnate you met in Baldur's Gate named Penumbra. One of these goals, as I said, you did achieve. You got Regis back to his home in the City of the Dead, the massive, sprawling graveyard that covers a large portion of Waterdeep. Regis paid you for your services, as promised. And agreed, after a fashion, to take on Bryn as a apprentice necromancer, giving her a strange deck of cards. Do you have your cards with you, Bryn? You should have your cards with you in real life. You got them? She's nodding yes. Perfect.
I sure do. Wait,
let's see.
beautiful.
So Regis was able to pay you. After getting paid, you started making your way to the Hag's Head, this inn you had been told to look after by quite a few people. Marshal Black, Sergeant Aaron in Baldur's Gate. You stopped in on the way to Herman's Heroic Emporium, a shop that seemed to sell memorabilia from legendary heroes.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
And then it turned out they had started stocking Syndicate items. It appears the story of the Syndicate is growing in spite of itself in some cases. Though you weren't able to convince him that you were the real Syndicate. He thought your Syndicate cosplay was pretty good, but it could be better. And you did find the speakeasy underneath the Hag's Head, walking down the staircase at the back, standing on that strange bottom step that physically shifted when Holden stood on it. You were permitted entrance to this very nice marble and polished wood bar, kind of bar in the center and tables around with 4 bartenders, one serving each side. Bryn met this, I don't even know if Bryn got a name, just met this dragon lady in the lobby, and okay. Bryn and this lady seemed to hit it off and left for a side room. And the rest of you are just making your way, have just been summoned by the highwaymen, these one or more of these underworld, you're not really sure. You gather kind of the people in charge. And where we left, I believe you had just been kind of called into one of the side rooms. The highwaymen finally ready to grant you an audience. And it is there that we'll pick up. In the Hag's Head.
And we're walking into the back room. That's where we left off, right?
I think so. Yeah, you can be if we want to back up a little bit. If there's anything they want to do first, we can do that. But yes, otherwise you'll be walking into one of these this side door that you had been sort of pointed towards.
I'm ready to meet them. You guys?
Yeah, I'm interested to see where this is going.
Yeah, me too.
Yes.
Sure. So as you just to set the scene again, I guess the Hag's Head, if you remember, You came down a staircase, had a very kind of heavy wood and iron door, little eye slot that slid open, and someone permitted you entry. It is a fairly big space down here, just a ballpark, maybe 50 feet across. Polished white stone, 4 columns in the corner of the room that seem to hold up the ceiling. There is a polished wooden bar in the center, and you can see, appears that there is a bartender kind of mans each side of the square bar. And it is fairly... busy is not the right word. There is people. There are people down here. There are tables, quietly, most of them talking. You do see a few single people just drinking alone, sitting up at the bar. You notice a very large ogre, who seems to be a bouncer or some kind of a door guard, who just kind of gave you a look as you passed. And there are doors on the kind of the centers of the walls, on each of these walls. Pardon me. You watch Bryn and her new friend go out through one, and you were kind of directed towards another, which presumably whoever is leading you will now open.
Question about the room and the
Sure.
clientele. They don't seem to... Do they seem to be like rich people, or is it just kind of all sorts of people?
Look, it seems to be all sorts. Looking around, just a quick cursory glance, you see some very expensive and well-polished armor, but you also see, leather rags and a few more decidedly, dirty, homely individuals.
Okay, and to that end as well, like business-looking people, or adventure-looking people, or merchant-looking people, or all sorts.
Again, you just did a quick cursory glance. You kind of see what you would think of as all sorts.
Okay.
Anything else?
And who is leading us into the back room?
It can be whoever you want. Whoever it is, as this door opens, it leads into a small hallway where you can see there's a door at the end. You don't see a handle or a lock on that door, but there is one to your left as well, which is slightly ajar. And as you, we should decide who it is, who is leading the party through this, or back here, anyways.
I mean, like, is it? I'll be at the head of the column of our people, but is there like a person kind of leading us in, like a worker?
No, you were just. I'm trying to remember how. I believe you were just pointing towards the door.
I remember.
I think you asked the bartender, and it kind of got a, "Hey, they'll let you know." And at some point, I believe one of the bar staff came over and said, the highwayman will see you now, and kind of directed you towards the door.
Okay, so I'll gesture to the group and be like, "Okay, let's go check this out." And
I'm gonna be carrying Bryn's stuff and just following in line.
Okay.
We also got that kid with us too, don't we?
Yes, Mort is. But right now he's eating. He's at the bar, kind of digging into some meat and vegetable, like some mutton and potato, just kind of plain food that they had. But he's just eating at the bar right now.
Lily, I think you're his protector at this point.
Okay.
I thought I was his.
Oh yeah, one of you two.
Yeah,
Figure
I
out
just
if-
know it's not me.
Me neither. Figure out if you guys want him to come or not.
Oh, I told him to stay and watch out in the bar.
Oh yeah.
Keep his ears and eyes open for some
Perfect.
information. That
Okay,
could be...
so I'll head in. And you said that there's a open door, a crack.
Mm-hmm.
I glance in. I'm gonna glance in.
Sure. Glancing in, you can see appears to be a row or more of chairs. You see, just like outside, these very, very finely made, polished wooden chairs and furniture.
Empty.
From what you can see, yeah, just see the little slit of the door.
Is that the room that we're meant to sort of go in, or are we just aimed at that one at the end of the hallway?
I don't know. Would you like to?
Yeah, I'll poke my head in and like Is this the room we're supposed to head into, or what?
As you open the door, you can see that this room is kind of seems to be broken into two parts. There's a sort of a lower area where you see these. There are 8 chairs, kind of arranged 2 rows of 4, and then it's almost like a judge's bench, where it is this raised section where you can see these 4 kind of high back chairs and a little staircase, where you could walk from down where you are up to the back, and you also see a door behind that. Again, what you might think of as a bench, a judge's bench, where presumably the person that you see sitting in one of these 4 chairs entered or exited from. You see there's a tiefling sitting in one of these chairs, male, curling horns kind of the other side, red-skinned, and as you, Holden, open the door and kind of stick your head in, he kind of calls down to you. He goes, "Oh, hey, come in, welcome. Don't be shy. Take a seat anywhere."
I walk in, and he's up on like the stage, judge's bench kind of area?
Yep. He's not sitting in one of the chairs. Currently, he's standing, kind of just looking over. But yes, he is above you, looking down.
And then there's chairs and a table at the bottom?
There's no table. There are just chairs. But you kind of get the sense that the audience is meant to sit down below and kind of look up at this raised area.
I will go up and stand behind one and not immediately sit down and sort of wait.
Sure.
I'll go take a seat at one of the front chairs.
Okay. What's everybody else doing? Turmeric?
I'm just gonna sit down anywhere.
Just middle of the doorway?
Well, find a chair.
Oh, okay, sure. As you're all kind of getting into your seats, Lily, I assume you kind of do the same. He walks down the stairs and it takes one of the chairs, kind of pulls it off from the rest of the group a little ways, but does plant himself in one of these chairs down on the lower area where you guys are, and kind of positions himself a little bit apart from the group so that everyone can see him and he can see everyone. And to you, Holden, who are still standing behind your chair, he kind of gestures at it and he goes, "Stand if you like, but they're pretty comfortable chairs. They're pretty expensive."
It's a really nice chair. I don't imagine we'll be staying too long, so let's get to it.
Oh, of course. Meant no disrespect. And you hear the door behind you closes, and you can see that standing behind that door, there appears to be a guard or somebody watching the door. They you would guess either elven or half elven. This very tall woman, because dark hair kind of covers part of her face, wearing these black and white robes, which seem to be split almost diagonally, where one fold of fabric is black, the other is white, and it gives this kind of diagonal, black on one side, white on the other. And she nods to this tiefling, who looks back at her and goes, "Thank you," and looks to you, Holden. He goes, because he seems to be kind of taking you all in. He goes, lingers for a moment on Lily, kind of, seems to be taking the curl of her horns. This very, and again, his skin is this very shocking red, compared to Lily's kind of muted, almost peach color. And he says, "So, what would you ask of the highwaymen, or is it what can the highwaymen ask of you?"
Well, we have come from Baldur's Gate, and we're looking for a person here in Waterdeep. And we were told to sort of look into the Hag's Head, and I'm hoping that you could help us, please.
Well, finding one person in Waterdeep, not impossible, but won't be cheap.
How much are we talking here?
Depends on the person you need to find. A name or a description. I'm sure you didn't come here with nothing.
Shit, Bryn had a picture.
I'm gonna, because I'm carrying some of her stuff,
Yeah,
I
you
guess I'm
have all
gonna
her stuff.
respectfully look through it and see if I can find a picture.
Okay, sure. You're able to, find that kind of drawing of. You're able to find it in yourself.
We have a picture. I'm sure that would help you. And I'll kind of walk up to where he is and
Sure.
then hand him the picture.
As you go to get up out of your chair, you feel a hand on your shoulder. And this lady standing by the door, you didn't really see her move, but she stops you from standing up and kind of reaches out to take the page from your hand.
Okay. And I'll just hand it.
And she walks it across to this. Again, you would kind of think of him as the person in charge. And
I'm
when
gonna
you,
regard that person.
Sure.
Like, I know she's sort of a protector, or I kind of recognize her as a protector, but like, does she do it aggressively?
it doesn't seem particularly aggressive. No.
Okay, I will regard her.
Okay.
That that girl on that picture is her name. I think is Nicole Kelder, and that is the gnome we are looking for.
He as you hand him the picture, and he hears this, he goes, well, we call her Nyx. He kind of turns the page over. He's like, where'd you get this?
So you do know her?
Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Yes, we know her. I know her pretty well. You can hear like the quietest like out of this this monk. You gather she might be.
Good, great.
That's great. Yeah.
Well, then it should be really easy to find her because you know who she is, so this should be really cheap.
Well,
Exactly.
Makes sense to me.
Sure, we can help one another. Where did you find this?
Her grandfather, I believe, gave it to us.
I think you can see him kind of thinking. He looks up to that lady by the door, kind of gives her a nod, and she walks out and closes the door behind her. He looks at you, her grandfather. That's Penumbra, I take it. Little
Yeah,
man,
that's right.
pretty angry.
It's ornery, yeah.
Probably offered you quite a bit, I would assume, to bring her back somewhere, something of that nature.
Learning more and more.
More
that
just
people...
information gathering.
Yeah.
It sounded like he was pretty concerned. It was more of a... I wasn't actually there, but from what I heard, he was just concerned and wondering what she's up to or where she is.
Penumbra killed her. Somehow I doubt that old snake gives two shits about anybody else. And
He was actually looking to find her father's laboratory, I think. Right? Yes.
I have notes, but I'm not.
Finding his laboratory.
a workshop.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Do you need to know all these details to find this person?
I might.
If you already know who they are, you should already know where they are.
Well, I know who she is, definitely. As to where she is, that's a bit of a mystery at present. Did Penumbra give you any collateral, any guarantee of payments? You probably didn't just trust him at face value, I would assume. This tiefling kind of takes the look of you. And seasoned adventurers, surely you don't just blindly trust everyone you meet.
I mean, that's kind of the nature of the business, isn't it? You take a job, and then you complete the job, and you get paid for the job. That's how it was with the Adventurers Guild that we were with, so shouldn't be any different with this person who hired us after the fact.
Didn't we get him to sign a contract?
I don't think so. No.
That doesn't sound like us.
Yeah, exactly.
As you guys are talking, the door opens, and you see you're not sure, a robed, covered figure, clearly someone trying to hide their identity, comes in and stands beside this tiefling, and you see the hood bend down and get the sense that somebody is whispering something. And he kind of
Can I hear?
You can try. Roll me a perception check.
Would I have time to cast guidance on myself? Probably not, eh?
I mean, she's walking. Whoops! They are walking through the front door. As you see this figure walking in, you probably have a few seconds if you want to.
They would probably notice me casting, so I'll just try to hear. Yeah, they'd probably notice me casting. 10.
10? No, you can't make out really anything.
Okay.
But this person, after kind of the head cock, they cock their head one way, and you get the sense they're listening to these whispers. And he looks back to regard you, and what do you know about shards? And kind of seems to be taking the measure of you.
Shards of glass, shards of stone.
I took a couple of shards this morning.
Yeah, those types of shards.
Holden, you can roll a deception check if you want to try to
I haven't done
deceive this person.
14.
Okay. Shards of... Well, it's a little hard to explain.
Shards of ice?
Well, not of ice, no, of reality, in a way. These items would be unique in their nature.
Oh, kind of like the one that ship captain had. That was quite the unique item in nature.
You see an eyebrow. His eyebrow kind of goes over a second, and he sort of gestures to this shadowed figure standing over them, and you can hear them kind of whispering. And he kind of looks back to you, waiting for you to continue.
And I just stare blankly back at them.
Sure. After like too long of a pause, almost like the one the ship captain has, yes. Similar.
We were sent here by Sergeant Hornesmash in Baldur's Gate, and this Captain Marshall also pointed us to this bar. And the word highwayman has been thrown around quite a bit lately. Who exactly are you?
Well, I suppose I didn't even introduce myself. It was very rude of me. He reaches out a hand. He goes, I'm Ibris Barros. It's a pleasure to meet you. Descendant of Kendrick Barros, if you know the name. Kind of goes around.
Never heard of him.
Shakes the hands.
Look at my team. I haven't heard of them. Hello, Ibris. My name is Taft. It's Holden Taft.
Gesture with his head, kind of points to, and you didn't even see her come back in the room, but the lady standing by the door again. This, my silent sentinel here is Arignani, and, I believe you already know Mist, and this shadowed figure behind him flips the hood back. And you do recognize this leopard-printed tabaxi with the scar across both her eyes that you had encountered a few times in Baldur's Gate. And he kind of gesturing to his two companions goes, well, I suppose we are the highwaymen in some fashion. Nyx probably be counted as one of them as well. And we run, well, try to anyways, mostly everything that happens in Waterdeep and beyond.
Well,
Wow.
Yeah, it's impressive.
that's something, yeah. I mean,
It's
this
a
job
lot of
got
work, I can tell you that.
super easy.
Kind of like a evil syndicate of sorts.
Well, evil, no. Syndicate, I mean, what does that word even mean? You yourself seem to have adopted it.
It's a group, a network of people. We're vanquishers, and we're a network of people,
Yeah.
and we vanquish,
Syndicator.
and we're a bunch of guys.
And ladies as well, I see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's one more. I don't know where she is. I think she's playing like checkers over there. Nyx. So
Checkers.
Nyx is who we're looking for. Nicole Kelda.
Nyx, she's, well, she might not be in the city, but I think she's underneath it.
What, is she dead?
Dead? No. She's on a what you might think was a quest, an adventure, much like yourself, looking for something. We'll get to that in a moment.
So
You can see him kind of as you're asking this question. You can see him kind of framing or trying to frame a question, but it doesn't seem like he sort of knows how. Where he like starts a few times and then stops.
well, if you just point us to where she is, we'll just be on our way and sort of get out of your way and sort of let you handle your business.
You can see he kind of starts to smile. And he goes, "Well, I think we both know it won't be that simple.
I sure as shit was hoping.
I think we can probably help one another. It seems well. Before we get into that, what happened with the Adventurers Guild in Baldur's Gate?
Blew up.
That much we gathered.
What else do you want to know?
Did
What
you
else do you
blow
know?
it up?
Oh, no, not us. We didn't
Not
blow
us.
it up.
Not directly, really.
Yeah, you could say we were tangentially involved.
That's a good word. Good job, Luke.
He looks. He begins this sentence. He says "we" and looks pointedly towards the lady he introduces, Arignani. And he says, "We, much like yourselves, I gather, inherited this conflict that we find ourselves in. It seems that your wolves and our web, a group of drow that we've been at odds with for, well, personally some time. It's hard to know how far back this conflict goes exactly. But it seems that whatever purpose the web has, the light in the sky, I'm sure you've noticed, your wolves are now involved as well.
Asking the table and the players, did we hear about the web in our game? This game?
No.
No.
Okay.
No. Maybe
Um,
mentioned. No.
Matt, did you
no.
just mention drow in particular to the web? Okay. Yeah, there was. You obviously know about the wolves, and we just actually had a run-in with one of them down the road, and they were hanging out with a bunch of drow. But would you call them the web?
Well, they call themselves the web, some homage or honorific to their spider goddess, I gather. And as he's talking about this, you can say he sounds a little weary. He sounds almost like war weary. You sort of recognize the tone.
What are they up to? When we ran into them, and we have reason to believe that they've been up to this for a bit, but they were in a town called Bleakburn, and they had kidnapped everybody in this town.
They've been disappearing villages, we think, for weeks now. Why, we're not sure. We think it might have started with... well, we suspect the first of these shards, an artifact called the Twilight Rose, might have had something to do with that light in the sky. Again, we think we can see the shape of it, but we're not sure how these pieces fit together. Was why I even asked about shards in the first place. And you can see where this tabaxi sort of puts her head down and whispers into his ear. And he, again, listening to us. I know you have at least one. I suspect two.
Is that what she's fucking telling you?
Well, among other things.
Mist, come on, let's speak plainly here. We're all good, aren't we?
He kind of looks up and gives her a nod. He goes, the tabaxi says, I meant no disrespect, you understand?
Well, if you expect us to trust you, you should show us a little trust as well and speak plainly.
Oh, well, of course.
In this room.
Mist has watched you for most of your journey. There was a few-month period where she lost you, but... very strange, but you did reappear, sure as you would expect.
Gave you the slip, huh? How do you feel about that?
Well, not many people can.
You watch yourself around us.
She grins.
Yeah, we're slippery.
Everest pipes up again. I don't know how the shards are related to that light in the sky. We, again, suspect it might be some kind of a teleportation device or something seems to be happening regularly, more and more regularly. I'm sure you felt it.
Have you checked it out?
The light to the north, of course.
Have you ever gone there?
As close as we can. Once whatever happened, once that light shot into the sky, it's hard to describe. The land itself seemed to change. The trees and the forest all overgrew, and it is... I suspect the web have done something to make it extremely hard to travel.
Let's say we're not talking about shards of glass and shards of stone and shards of ice. What can you tell us about these shards of reality?
Well, I don't really know much more than you do, I don't think. We just have proper nouns that we apply to them. We suspect the first one found was an artifact called the Twilight Rose, which is still unaccounted for. They seem to attract one another in very strange ways. But other than that, we don't really know, as I say, much more than you do. What their purpose is, why, or if the web is even after them, why they've started appearing now, what the catalyst to their appearance was.
You kind of think that they're like related, though, the shards and the light in the sky? Is
Well,
that what you guys kind of...
we had the rose in our possession briefly, and shortly after we lost it, that light, whatever happened. It's still... And he kind of waits for Mist to like bend down and confirm it. It's still hanging in the sky right now.
So what would you
does
have
this-
us? Yeah, what does this all have to do with us? You said we could help each other. You can help us find Nyx. What can we help you do?
Well, Nyx went off to find, I suspect, the same workshop that Penumbra's looking for. We think it is, or have reason to think it's here below the city. Have any of you ever heard of, and he kind of looks around, the Undermountain? And some of you probably would have. Bryn, you definitely would have.
I'm not there.
You're not there.
How about use this time to walk in?
Can I do that?
Yeah, sure, if you want to.
Sure, yeah, I'll
Just boots.
I'll, like-
I know about it.
I'll kind of be wandering down the hallway very noisily, like calling out like, Holden, guys.
Bryn, we're in here.
One of the bartenders is able to like direct you, Bryn, to where you need to go.
All right, and then I'll walk through the door and see the group and just start talking like nonchalantly, like those dragon ladies. Honestly, like, they bite. Have you seen? No one told me they were this fiery. Like, holy smokes, Holden, you're very lucky, man. You missed out on that opportunity. She like
There's a bit of company here.
I
Yeah,
see.
Ibris
I
is
see.
just like bemused expression, arms crossed.
This is Bryn.
Ibris Barros, pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you.
The Undermountain, I believe we were discussing.
The Undermountain. Yes, I've heard of that.
Ruin is maybe a generous word for it. A massive complex. Nobody really knows how far it goes. We suspect miles, maybe more, below the city. And somewhere in there, in those rooms, those floors, Nyx either thinks she knows where the workshop is, or where something that can tell her where it is.
Well, doesn't she keep in contact with you somehow?
Well, usually, yes. The Undermountain is, it's very unique. Certain magic doesn't seem to work down there. Teleporting magic, types of communication magic. The post would be
regular letters.
If she tried to send one, it's probably still in the mail somewhere.
Did she go by herself?
Yes, she went by herself.
How long has she been gone now?
It's been, only a few days, but at the same time, it's been a few days.
Shift in reality?
And Bryn, as he is describing the Undermount a little bit, you know it is the single largest known structure in the entire world is rumored to be the dungeons of the Undermountain. Was once the lair of the Mad Mage Halaster Blackcloak, who has long since been vanquished, and his twisted experiments are said to It is said to be as big as, like, imagine the mountain in Waterdeep that the castle is built at the base of is hollow. The rumors and the legends are that the entire mountain itself is hollow and is this huge structure.
And it's like entirely a dungeon? Like all inside? Completely all floors?
As far as you know, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard stories. It's pretty creepy down there. I mean, one of the most popular magicians lived there and was known to torture people. I mean, we could go, but I suspect there'll be lots of traps.
Oh, certainly traps.
We are great at dealing with those.
But there may also be untold items of power, riches, who knows what's left unplundered down in the Undermountain.
Why did you let her go by herself if you knew it was so dangerous?
Well, she was rather adamant that she went alone, and she can be quite persistent when pressed.
Is there a reason she would go down there? What is she looking for?
Again,
Oh, she's looking for a lab, is what said last.
Either she thinks the workshop is down there, or has found something to lead her to the workshop.
And just walked in.
To catch you up, Bryn, Nyx is this Nicole Kelda we're looking for, who is also Penumbra Kelda's granddaughter.
Ah.
And they're looking for that lab.
That Penumbra was looking for.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
What is so important about this lab?
Good question.
It's got ancient technology. That's what
Are you making stuff up?
I am also
Oh, that's what
unsure.
what name is
Penumbra.
when we talked to him. Is that
Okay.
that's where they would make Warforgers or something, or that's where the information for the Warforgers would be.
I think
That's what he said.
got the general shape of it.
And okay. So she didn't give you a reason for why she suddenly took off?
Well, she said she found something or was going to find something. And like I said, she is very adamantly her own person. Stubborn, some might say.
Sounds like a character.
Well, our needle in a haystack all of a sudden became a treasure at the bottom of a cave, I guess. So at least we have a direction. What is it?
I was gonna say.
What is it that you need from us, Ibris?
Well, I was about to ask you the same thing. What motivates you? Coin? Power? You've traveled halfway across the world? Farther even? Why?
All of the above, plus a little bit more information on the shards.
Well, I'm sure we could help each other with that. Whatever the web and the wolves seem to be working towards, I'm sure neither of us want that to come to fruition. Enemy of my enemy type of a situation.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, how about this? You join us against this threat, whatever it is. The web and the wolves, whatever they want. We combine our resources, share our knowledge to stop whatever they have planned. And if after that we can make a judgment call, we can decide to continue our business relationship or amicably part ways.
I'll glance over to the team with a look as if, well,
I mean,
Well,
it
if we're
sounds
gonna
like a
go to
win-win.
this, if we're gonna go to this Undermountain, we would need supplies. Surely, a organization as powerful as yours can provide us with some healing potions. Keep us going.
I thought you might ask. We've got a very good alchemist here, Tommy Fornox of Tommy's Tonics. He's a little bombastic, but as far as healing potions go, he'll be able to set you up.
I'm going to look at the that I keep in my underoos and notice that it says TT on them. Is this where this came from?
What is that? Sorry, what?
This is Tommy's Tonics.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. That did you not drink that? Oh, that was in a dream, right?
I was in a dream.
Yeah. He takes the little ampule and he kind of turns it up, and it's this thick black turgid sludge in it that very slowly runs to one side. That looks like one of his.
Excellent. Okay, good. I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but
Use it now.
in real life.
Well, it must be pretty good.
Well, we'll see. But yeah, let's make note of where his storefront is.
Yeah, he's able
What
to
else?
give you loose directions.
Clothing, armor.
Well, I mean,
Weapons.
you look fairly well equipped. Speaking of weapons, Turmeric, he points to the sword that you bought from Herman's Heroic Emporium. The silver angel-winged longsword.
What are you looking at?
I knew that sword once. He kind of looks it up and down. Give it a swing. Give it a swing.
Okay. I'll unsheath it.
Sure.
And like swing it by his head.
Sure. Yeah, and as you do, you swing the blade and it just cuts through the air. It's interesting.
Pretty nice, isn't it?
Well,
You scored this from a pretty sweet shop.
It used to laugh when I knew it. That You can kind of see him. You kind of see him taking the weight of turmeric and the situation. He goes, "Well,
Why would a sword laugh?
well maybe the master sword just lost its sense of humor." And he kind of claps you on the shoulder a little bit as he stands up.
I'll laugh. And sheath my sword back. And just stare at him.
He kind of
makes his own effects.
He kind of side eyes around.
Where is the entrance to this Undermountain?
Well, there's a tavern here in Waterdeep called the Yawning Portal. It is in the well in the Yawning Portal. The Yawning Portal itself literally refers to a massive well that leads down into the sewers, and well, you keep proceeding down.
And we can just go into this place and just jump in the well? There's no sort of regulations around this?
I think it's,
no liability?
You can see he
Is
kind
there
of looks.
water in
He
the
kind of
well?
looks to mist. He goes, "I think it's a gold a person to get for the lowering or the lifting, but other than that, no, anyone's welcome to
Jump in.
Well, I wouldn't recommend jumping. I think it's a few hundred feet deep, but there's rigging and a gantry set up, and it's a bit of a local business, I think, at the tavern.
To go down
Let's
a well.
talk about some operational costs. You mentioned gold per person. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 gold that we're gonna need.
You can see he kind of grins. He goes, "Oh, tell them the highwayman sent you. I bet they'll waive that fee."
How many other places can we use this name?
Well, you need to be careful where it's applied, but
Can we have
carries a lot of
something
weight.
in writing, maybe?
Highwayman badge?
Well,
Can we? Yes.
Official highwayman member?
sort of defeats the purpose of this shadowy underground cabal that we've sort of set up here, but
I think they just
subterfuge.
add more
The word I think
organization.
you're looking for.
that's the one. That's yes, took it out of my mouth.
Subterfuge, yes.
Any services
Official
you
subterfuge of the highwaymen.
you may need, I'm sure we can set you up with alchemy or enchantment.
Can you enchant my weapons?
Well, me personally, no, but as I say, I'm sure that someone who owes the highwayman a favor could.
It's good.
Ooh, okay. Who owes the highwaymen a favor?
He smiles at you. There's quite a few people.
I mean, we can't just waltz into these stores and be like, "Hi, we're collecting on this favor." Like, how do you suppose we?
I think that's
do this?
exactly how we should do it.
What was it that Penumbra offered you for Nyx's return? I'm curious.
10,000
I
gold.
don't have my thing. I think it was 5,000 gold.
5,000 gold.
Yeah, my notes are in that binder, but
It was 5,000, yeah.
it was 5,000 gold.
It was 5,000.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I hope have gathered by now he's not going to keep to that deal, very likely. And I'm sure we could
Do
beat
you know,
it.
Do you know what he wants with the workshop, by chance?
Well, what do all rich magnates want? Money, power, some combination of the two.
Is he one of your agents?
Penumbra, no. More a worthy adversary, I'd consider him.
I think he wants to make an army of Warforged.
Wouldn't be outside the realm of possible.
That's what I would.
Well, and I think we both agree that we don't want Penumbra to create an army of Warforged, so again, our purposes seem aligned.
This depends on what side of that army you plan on being on.
I suppose.
My side.
Well, how does this sound to forge this new friendship of ours? The Highwaymen will give you a similar offer to Penumbra, as to what Penumbra gave you. Return Nyx here to me, and we'll pay you the 5,000 gold, plus another, say, 20% on top. And you don't have to go all the way back to Baldur's Gate, and...
5,000.
Well, by then, our dear friend Captain Marshall, who is, has been working on something, will hopefully be ready to move by then. Our next step, as it were.
We'll take that under advisement. Tell me more.
You had mentioned that it was bad business to not get something up front with Penumbra, so how much are you going to be giving us up front for this mission?
Take the 5,000 up front, 20% later.
You can see him kind of thinking. What do we say to 500 gold up front? Cover costs, buy potions, supplies.
Person?
For the whole group. You will be likely a few days at least delving into the Undermountain. Plan for, again, nobody knows how deep it truly goes. Plan for a week's journey.
Wow.
Make that
Wow.
1,000 down payment.
You can see he kind of looks up
Makes more sense.
at Mist for a second, and you can see them kind of. This seems to be silently always working something out between us. We could do 1,000.
Okay.
What do you say,
I mean,
boss?
that's a better deal than we got previously.
Yeah. We really got to start asking for money up front.
We do. They just never give it to us.
Well, I mean, we're renowned, or we're known around the world as heroes already. We have our own shop.
Yeah.
We have,
People should be
we have
paying.
sections in a shop.
Yeah, same thing.
Merchandise. Which, by the way, we're not collecting on, but we should really get better representation as far as that stuff goes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
we
should
gotta
have
start-
more turmeric stuff in there.
We got
They
to
had
start
nothing
leaving more
at
stuff
all for
behind.
turmeric.
They had like
Not
ragged
even, like-
burlap pants and stuff.
I mean, if you had a shirt on,
Well,
you could put a shirt on just so that they could sell it.
what are you talking about?
Or
A
you could
shirt
get
on.
a shirt made that just has a replica of your muscles on it.
Mm.
You guys are...
Yeah, get that painted on.
I don't need a shirt.
Oh, we can start promoting the Blink Cats. We could make a deal with the owner.
Okay, besides the
Anyways.
point, our marketing...
Ibris is just
our
like deer in the headlight, and he's like looking forwards and backwards, and like.
Sidetracked.
Sorry, Ibris, we do tend to get sidetracked.
Do we
Is there
have
a-
some sort of a deal?
Is there some sort of time frame on this? Can we take a few days to think about it? Do we need to set out and find her right away?
Well, I have no other than her not returning immediately. No reason to think she's in immediate danger. I'm sure you can take the time you need to prepare.
Sounds good.
As I
Should
say,
we
it
write
is
this down in the contract.
it is likely one of the most intensive journeys you'll probably have ever engaged in. By all accounts, well, some people say it's the single biggest structure in all of Faerun, but I suppose that's hard to know for sure.
Well, do you have any recommendations on a nice inn that we could stay at? Perhaps to think overnight?
Well, you're more than welcome to stay here at the rooms in the head.
How much do they cost?
For friends of the Highwaymen, nothing.
Price is right.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get privacy in these rooms, Ibris?
Well,
As friends of the Highwaymen.
we don't listen from behind the portraits or anything, if that's what you're asking.
That's exactly what I'm asking.
Miss does have quite exceptional hearing, but he smiles.
I glance over at Mist and
Her blind
your
eyes.
schedule look-
She's like kind of looking off. Her blind eyes just looking into a corner of the room.
what's your schedule looking like? Would you like to visit the Undermountain with us?
She doesn't move her head. Just looking at whatever she's looking at. Goes, well, Mist has many things to do. A very packed schedule, as you say. The Undermountain is well, no place for silent Mist.
Thought I'd ask.
Do you think, Ibris, you could hang on to a boy for us for a little while?
Oh, yeah.
We happen to have this young man, Mort. Kind of just came upon him. Doesn't have a family. I don't know. Maybe you could put him up for a room for a while we do this adventure.
I'm sure we can
Make
find
sure he-
something for him to do
you
here. Earn his
You
keep
should
around
talk
the...
to Mort's guardian before you make these decisions.
Just looking at the opportunity there to me.
Yes, we could find something for Mort, absolutely. If that's alright with Mort's guardian, of course.
Yes. That's just fine.
Psych, I'm Mort's guardian.
Mortimer is...
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
He could stay here.
Yeah, that would be great if you could just watch him.
He's not done his training to go deep down in caves yet.
You could
Understandable.
probably put him to work, and yeah.
I can find something for him to do here around the head, I'm sure, yes.
Great.
Can always use another
Okay.
cook in the kitchens.
Okay.
Sure.
That's fair. Okay, yeah. Are we doing this deal, or you want to talk about it more, Holden?
Well, he's given us a couple days to kind of talk about it. We can talk about it. Give us the
We're
lay of
doing
the
this
land
job,
in
Aaron.
Waterdeep.
In regards to...
Tell us all about it. People in charge, people keeping the peace, people
well,
inside.
The answer to all three of those questions, I would probably put at myself, ourselves, yes, the Highwaymen. Waterdeep is in a something of a flux state right now. Officially, it's run by a group called the Masked Lords. They appear in council, literally masked, so that people don't know their identities. But I
Are
think you'll
you a
find
masked lord?
well, if I were, would I even be able to tell you? I think you'll find that the
Insight
real,
check.
yeah, roll an insight check. The real decision-making power, much like Baldur's Gate, lies with the guilds. What'd you roll?
1.
Tough to say. He's hard to get a read on.
Tell us more about The highwaymen. Ibris, is that you and your cohorts over here?
Well, it's a group of one or more of us who runs operations here at the Hag's Head and networking out from the city.
How many highwaymen are there?
Oh, now see, that is a piece of privileged information. More than one.
2?
Well, there's at least 3 in this room, so I think 2 is.
Hey. Can you quiet him down?
We got a dog on the loose.
There's a dog in the Hag's Head. So you guys control this whole thing, or at least try to control.
Kind of
this whole thing?
nods. So I'm not about to divulge the inner workings of our what we've set up here by any means. Us having just met.
I think that's fair enough.
Yeah, that's fair enough for now.
Well, why don't we go and... What time is it?
I have
time is it?
no idea.
I don't know either.
I want to say it's
Must be like supper.
early evening or maybe even a little later.
Sounds about right. We'll say supper
think
time.
so. Well, why don't we go and get something to eat? I just ate, but I could eat again.
So
And
did
then
I.
we'll and then we'll talk about it, and we'll come and meet back up with you in a bit and let you know.
Sorry, I was dying.
We're taking this job. Really?
Yeah, that would be Ibris.
I too enjoy money.
That sounds good. Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna
Good
stick
plan.
my hand out.
He shakes your outstretched hand.
I was like, no. Where's the money?
No,
Not
you,
always.
We haven't
we haven't agreed
accepted
to the
this yet.
job yet. Come on, Toomey.
I agreed.
I'm gonna grab him, kind
And
of like
pull him
by
out.
the neck
Sure.
and pull him out.
Yeah. As you do, you can hear this long, drawn-out sigh, and just this very quiet, like, why me? Why did I have to be the one to meet with them? It's fine. As the door like closes behind you.
Okay, well, should we go find a table and order some drinks and discuss?
Yeah, let's sit down and let's talk about this.
Lily, I'm gonna take my stuff back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, we
Thank
could have
you.
taken the money.
As you are leaving the room, Lily, as you go to leave as Bryn is pulling turmeric out, as you go to leave, Ibris, he calls out for you. Just a moment.
Okay. Guys, I'll catch up with you in a second.
And now
I'll
with
call over and look and be like, Lily, you good?
Yeah. Everything's good.
Okay.
and Arignani closes the door, so it's just you, Silent Mist, Ibris, and Arignani in the room. And looking to you.
Sorry, is there anyone in the hallway leading back to the main room?
Just you guys, just the party member.
Okay, I'm gonna stay and try and listen at the door.
Sure. Roll me a investigation check, I guess. Listening against the door.
Sure.
Like
I'll
6?
Okay.
nod in approval at what Loop's doing and then lead everybody back to a table.
A 4? Okay. You can't really. You just hear like kind of.
Okay.
Lily, with you and them alone in the room, Ibris to you says, if these rumors have reached our ears, we're not the only ones who know. The werewolf and a necromancer rumored to be a part of the Syndicate, people will be motivated by that information.
You say there are rumors?
Well, I would neither confirm nor deny any such thing, even if I did know, but as the legend of, well, maybe the word legend, neither here nor there, but as the story of your group grows, just be aware. People don't look too kindly on that type of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, well, I'll let my companions know that that's what's going around.
As I say, if we know, likely everybody does.
Yeah, that's true. Interesting.
And then he looks there and Yanni opens the door for you.
Yeah, in Infernal, I'll just say, well, thanks for meeting with us, and we'll talk to you soon.
In common, he replies, well, of course. Stay safe.
And then I'll walk out.
Sure. And you hear the door close behind you. How's everybody's, just pause game for a sec. How's everybody doing break-wise? We need a break? We doing okay? This would be a good...
I could go fill up my drink.
Yeah, this would be a good point for it. If we need one, this is a great natural break point.
Yeah.
Great, let's take a quick little break here. Fill our drinks, use the restroom, that type of thing. We'll be back with more Rolling Reckless in just a moment.
Aw.
Shit.
All right, gang, you ready?
Yep.
All right, let's resume. You've just left the room that the highwayman has met you in, heading back into the kind of main bar area. What would you like to do? Vanquish your syndicate?
Should we try to get a room so that we can chat privately?
Well, as long as they have meal service to the room and
maybe we
booze service.
probably take it to our room. No, take
Maybe.
it to go.
Sure.
Why don't you inquire at the bar and see what's available to us?
Idea.
See if we can get the biggest room.
Are we all going to share one?
Well, there is 5 of us.
So, 2 rooms?
Plus
3 rooms?
Mortimer.
Oh, if they have a big room, we can take a big room. Otherwise, we'll see what they have.
Hi.
Been
Call Mortimer over.
Yeah, he's in the bar, just kind of sitting. As you
Mort?
call him, he looks at you.
Got some tasks for you to do.
He gets off
Need
his
to
stool
find
and
out.
walks over, and he looks up at you.
You had to go get us a room and get us some food and liquor. Sent to that room.
Isn't he like 10?
Okay, he says,
Chop, chop.
and he
I'll
makes
give
his
him,
makes his way off.
see
What are
ya,
you guys doing
Codies.
in the interim?
I don't know, you guys. We were sent here to look for this girl, and I thought it was going to be a shitty job, and I thought it was going to be so hard, but we're being aimed right at us, so...
The other thing I was thinking of, not that I don't think that this is a good opportunity for us, and we're getting paid, but like, is it bad that we just took like another job, even though we had already committed to the other one?
That's kind of my question here, too, is,
Like, we
as
don't-
the Vanquishes Syndicate,
yeah,
what is our, our code of
Conduct.
ethics here?
Yeah,
Mord
for
does
us
come.
things up-
Always right.
Mord makes his way back to Rick, and he just grabs onto grabs onto your belt and just starts leading you.
Ah, Morty. Where are you
Don't
taking me?
call- Don't call me Morty.
Okay, Morta.
Got us a room. And he starts leading you towards one of the doors on the edge of the Hag's Head, the main room.
How's it look?
The big one?
Yeah, he leads you through the door, and you're kind of led into a hallway, and you can see in this hallway there are. I mean, it is kind of a. It's less a hallway, more of a like an antechamber where you can see several doors, presumably leading into rooms. And he opens one of the doors for you, and it does seem it's quite big. It is the biggest tavern room that you, Turmeric, have ever been in. The biggest inn room you've ever been in, for sure.
Pat him
Wow,
on the
this
back.
is
And
sweet.
Good job, Mart.
Yeah, just like
Good
outside,
job.
it's very fine white stone. There's a massive modern bed with a mattress and made of polished wood. And, it is very lavish, just like the kind of bar area.
actually really
Go round
sweet.
up the gang, Mart.
Okay, he makes his way back out. And eventually...
I've actually followed you guys in.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. Anybody who
Yeah.
didn't feels the little tug on their shirt, except in the case of Loop, who he is actually taller than, and just kind of makes his way up to Loop and kind of directs you all to the room that Turmeric is waiting in.
We'll walk in. Perfect.
Yeah, follows.
It seems to be, Bryn, this seems to be the almost the exact mirror of the room that you have seen previously. You get the sense that maybe all these rooms are kind of cookie cutter
Nothing.
copies of one another, but yeah, same layout. Like, well, the bed in the
Right.
same place. We'll say you notice.
This looks
I'm
familiar.
gonna
I'm not
get-
going to say anything. But in my head, I'm
Mort?
thinking, this looks familiar.
To hold Wolf.
Sure. As your little
and
blank
keep
cat.
Lookout outside the door.
What?
Okay. And he
Mart's gonna keep lookout outside the door.
We don't need lookout. I don't think we need lookout.
Mart's doing his job.
and as Wolf blinks into Mort's hands, he kind of excitedly runs outside the door and closes it behind. And you can see the
Makes him
shadows.
feel important.
Yeah, you can see the shadows of his feet as he's just standing. Like, his back is probably literally leaning on the door. But
Can you sort of prioritize his jobs to deliver us food and booze before he actually does the lookout? Turmeric?
Yeah?
I think we're way past that.
Right on it. I'm on it. I'll go to
Okay,
I'll
good.
relay the message to Mort.
okay.
In the
And he
meantime,
makes his way down the hallway.
there's a couple things I wanted to bring up besides just the job. Me and Holden were talking way earlier on about the shard that we came across. And I'm wondering if one of you might be better equipped to hang on to it, only because it can create awesome equipment, but I can't really get close to anyone to use it.
Well, I don't know if it's something that we should be using during a fight. I think it's more like if we need a certain tool that it can create, we can
Like a
use it
key
for
to unlock
that.
a door.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not supposed to be used for
No, I don't
weapon.
think it's a very good weapon. Ice isn't that sharp. It would tend to break, I would think.
Can I try to use the piece of winter to make a trident?
Sure. As you're having this thought, a trident materializes in your hand out of this very, much like the cave, this very light blue ice. And you can see this mist very gently coalescing off it. It doesn't feel... It's cold for you to hold, but it's not like you're holding ice. It's not like... It's not burning you.
It's not like freezing.
No, it seems that you can hold it.
Can I feel the tips and see if they're super sharp?
Yeah, as you bring the trident down and poke a tip, they are as sharp as you would guess, a metal trident.
I don't know. I'm gonna try passing it to Loop and be like, I don't know, this looks pretty sturdy to me. Try it.
So I'll reach for it.
Sure. Even before you touch it, it is very much like that ice in the cave. It is cold enough that if you touch it, it's going to burn you, and you can feel that cold as you get close to it.
Ooh.
I don't think I should
Draw
touch
my
it.
sword
Actually,
and, swing at it.
Which sword? You have three.
I a Master Sword replica.
Sure. You draw the master, and you want to swing at the ice trident?
Yeah.
Sure. As you swing down at the trident, the Master Sword bends as you hit it. There is this like thunk, and you can feel in the momentum as the blade very cheaply seems to be made of. You would get something that just looks like the folded steel of a longsword, as it very, very quickly just like wraps itself around the trident. And you, with your hand, have to like grab the end of the blade and kind of crank it back out to get the loop undone, so you can lift it off of the trident.
Lily's
Wow,
just
that's
like,
a powerful trident. Spent the sword.
95 gold, well spent.
oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
95 gold.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it seems pretty sturdy. I don't know if anyone's interested. I would just a thought might be more useful.
I'll take it. If you don't want it, I'll just toss the sword.
Sure. The sword. Clang, 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 hits the ground.
You should.
I'll
It's
pointedly
way too
watch as the
valuable.
sword hits the corner of the room and just sits there.
It's way too valuable to just keep passing around us. I think you should probably
Okay.
keep it.
I'll hang on to it for now. It was just a thought. Use it
Or you
in
can make
emergency.
me
And
make me a sword later on.
Well,
yeah, but you
when we get
can't.
into
You can't.
trouble.
We just discovered that you can't use it. It will burn you. Only the person attuned to it can use it.
yeah, and
Oh.
like what Loop said, like sort of think outside the box, weapon box on this, like keys. I don't know.
bowls. Remember? We
I
made
bet
a
you
bowl.
can
Yeah.
make arrows.
Yeah, maybe
I mean, yeah.
arrow.
That's still a weapon.
I don't have a bow for it, but yeah, and I also don't
None of
think
us
I know how to
do.
use
You don't need
one.
You just need a regular bow.
I think I can
Um,
use a longbow.
You tie a string to this broken bent sword. Probably work like a bow.
Well,
Again, think outside the box on it. And maybe,
There's a
Yeah, I'll think of it.
knock, knock, knock on the door.
I'll walk over
Whoa.
and answer.
And as you do, you can see one of the elven bartenders as arms just laden with food and drinks and platters and things. It just starts kind of passing stuff through the door to you. And does everybody is fed and has drinks?
Great.
You see Mort
let's-
take up his position outside the door again. He watches the shadows from his little feet kind of plant themselves outside the door.
Let's sort of circle back on this whole thing about the Syndicate's code of ethics here.
Price is right.
We
That's where we left.
we were sort of set out on this mission by somebody. Granted, we didn't take anything from him, but I mean, like, we told him that we'd do this for him. And now this new guy says that guy's a bad dude and is offering us a better price. Where do we really stand here?
Better
Price
price
is
sounds
right.
good to me.
Here,
Yeah,
here
I
is
ca-
a thought. The guy, I didn't meet him. What is his name? The grandpa?
Pan?
Pan?
Penumbra.
Okay, so
Pan.
Pan,
Penumbra.
he just wanted information? Like he didn't want Nyx, right? He just wanted information?
Yeah, he sort of
On the
said
lab.
by way of finding Nicole that she would know where his her father's lab would be.
Well, why can't we do both?
Yeah, why can't we find Nicole or Nyx,
Complete this job for the highwaymen.
find the lab with Nyx? She'll probably pay us too to help her find the place. Bring
Maybe-
her back to the highwaymen. Go back to Penumbra. We'll be rolling in dough. I can get many of these swords.
Well, like, even if we can talk to Nyx about Pan, like, maybe he isn't a good guy. Like, maybe he wanted to use that information for something not good, I guess.
Yeah,
Well,
she'll
I
know
don't know.
more about him than this
Exactly.
highwayman probably does. So
Yeah.
maybe he's misunderstood.
Yeah. Maybe
Okay,
just put a pin in it. maybe?
That totally sounds good to me. Yeah, that's great. Good logic there, team. Now, how do we all feel about this Ibris Barros and his highwaymen?
They say they control all of the underground in the city or whatever. But it doesn't sound like they know much about anything going on.
I feel like he's not
Unless they're
letting on.
hiding stuff from us.
Yeah, it's good insight, Turmeric.
But it really didn't seem like he was. Seemed pretty genuine.
Yeah, you got a good read on him, did you?
I believe so. Pretty sure I did.
Okay.
Kind of like the guy.
But yeah, like we just met him today. Taking into consideration everything that he's all about, I doubt that he's letting on as much as he knows. Which again,
It's not surprising we just met him.
for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's so friggin' hard to find people to trust.
As long as they pay us, that's all that matters.
But also, like, they seem like good, what do you call that? Accomplices? Like,
Good
we're fighting
people
the
to
same
know.
battle, I guess. Like, they seem like they could come in handy.
Allies.
Yeah, they seem like
Okay,
okay
we-
allies.
We can use
Yeah,
them.
and they seem to have information that would be useful for us as well, because if they know more about these shards, then that would be useful for us to know, because these things keep seeming to find their way into our possession, so...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no kidding. We walk into the city and all of a sudden, yeah, there's more talks of shards.
I'm going to be playing with my cards as this conversation is happening.
I
And
wanted
I'm
to talk
gonna
to you
do-
guys about something quickly.
Bryn, while you're playing with your cards, let's before I forget, let's roll our HP for level 5. Everybody's
Oh,
level
yeah.
5. We all hit level 5. Actually, the beginning of the session, we've been level 5. We're forgetting to roll the HP. Let's do our HP real fast. Starting with Holden, I suppose. Let's go in order.
So what am I rolling? A D10 plus?
Your Constitution modifier.
Perfect.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's 10. Okay.
What'd you roll?
Ooh, that's a 10.
What?
Wow. Bryn?
Wowzers. I only have a 1d6.
What's your con mod?
7.
That's maximum, I think, right?
No. Max would have been 8.
That's pretty close. Turmeric?
Yeah.
I got a 10.
Plus your Constitution modifier.
That's with my constitution. I rolled a 7.
Okay. Lily?
10.
And Loop. These are good HP rolls.
6.
Is 6 a good roll? What's your die?
A D8.
That's probably average. eh?
4 plus 2, yeah.
That's not bad. Yeah, not a bad round. Not a bad level for HP.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Very happy with that.
Great. Bryn, you're playing with your cards?
Mm-hmm.
What spells do you have prepared today?
I have Burning Hands, Mage Armor, Magic Missile, Shield, Find Familiar, Cloud of Daggers, Acid Arrow, and Fireball.
Okay.
Ignite your night.
Cinnamon smooth taste of 8d6 cinnamon damage. Roll me an Arcana check as you're playing. These cards that Regis has gave you last session.
Okay. Ooh. 8.
Okay.
Hey, Bren, those are neat. You got, where'd you get those?
Regis gave them to me. Didn't really say much about them. But I feel kind of a pull to them, a little bit of an attachment. You know how I like to go see the fortune tellers and check our future ahead of time.
Okay,
So
what exactly do you do?
Well, you shuffle them. You gotta feel it, when to stop, and then usually you pull 3 cards. Mine are all upside down.
You pull 3 more cards?
Yep.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Ooh, sweet. 24.
Okay.
And now what happens?
I'll tell you in a sec.
And
As you're laying these cards down, Bryn,
now I read them.
the first time you laid them down, there's something different. You've seen tarot decks before, and you've seen like the deck that old Gran used and all this. There's something strange about these cards, and you can't quite put your finger on it. The first time you lay them down, nothing really seems to happen. The second time you lay them down, starting at the bottom of your spell list, so the lowest level spell will be 1. The 6th spell that you have prepared, the 6th spell down, as you lay this 3rd card down, is cast. The origin being the cards, whatever the table or the floor or whatever they're on, whatever that spell effect is, you cast that spell.
So I didn't include my cantrips. So should I count from my cantrips down?
Yeah, include your cantrips.
Burning hands.
So from this, where you're placing these cards on the ground, roll me a dexterity save. As burning hands, this lance of flame, as you put the 3rd card down, you're not even really sure what happens, but this cone of flame.
Nat 20.
Go ahead and roll me damage. So you do make the dex save, but this cone of flame, as it flies out of this tarot deck.
12.
12. So you take 6 points of fire damage. As you get most of the way out of it, it singes your hair and your robes a bit, and there's this very loud, like in the midst of the conversation, you just put the card down, and there's this and flame shoots into the sky.
Holy shit!
And with your Arcana roll, Bryn, you've realized that you're still working out the mechanisms, but you seem to be able to use this deck of cards in place of a spell book, it seems.
Wow, you guys.
You okay?
What the hell was that?
Whew, I don't know. I didn't cast anything. Like, I mean, no one saw my lips move, right?
I saw the hands coming out of the cards.
Well, you were talking about how the cards, how you do a reading, right? So.
Well, yeah. Usually you just read them, and I don't know what happened. Just the fire came out. I think maybe the cards are reading me. They're reading my spells. Usually I have to say the words. There's something very strange about these.
Is this safe?
I mean,
doesn't seem that safe.
That was the first time it's ever happened.
It's the first time you ever put the cards down. It's 100% rating.
That was the second time I put it down. I drew 3 the first time, and I was just going to show you how it was done.
Okay, you
Well,
you take care of those, okay?
yeah. Well, maybe just put them down for just a little bit. We'll try those.
I mean,
We'll try them again.
Make sure you mark off 1 level 1 spell. The burning
Oh,
hands.
he uses my spell slot?
Mm-hmm.
That sucks.
did Regis tell you anything more about those?
Nope.
Did you ask any more about those?
Nope.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Can I? Because I'm supposed to attune to them, so this is like me asking the DM. So can I try to attune to them while they're talking? Or does that?
You wouldn't assume that you have to attune to a deck of cards.
Okay. I thought that's what Regis told me, but okay. Okay. Well, that was strange. Little hot.
And like a bit of the ceiling is like actively still on fire, where 12 points of fire damage just shot into it. Like you were pretty singed, Bryn, as you're like patting out little embers on yourself.
Like,
Should do something about that.
can I cast Ray of Frost on the fire?
Sure, you can try. Yeah, if you want, roll me a ranged attack.
Actually, I'll use the piece of winter to create like a bucket with water in it. Can I do that? I'm gonna try to do it.
I don't have the card on me, but as you focus on this piece of winter, I think nothing happens.
Bryn, why can't you just spritz some water out of your hand?
Once per day recharges at dawn, maybe?
Doesn't say anything about that.
When attuned.
Unlimited uses.
No, it doesn't say once per day.
In the room?
Is there a side table? There is, yeah.
I'm gonna grab it and throw it at the flame to put it out.
The table hits the ceiling, and then a leg breaks off as it hits the ground. It like flies into the corner.
Put the fire out?
No, it did not.
I will use prestidigitation. I'll use prestidigitation. I should be able to create a...
There is a slight breeze that...
No.
I'll grab a blanket off one of the beds and throw it to Turmeric and be like, try and hit it with the blanket to put it out.
Okay, I'll roll the blanket up into a ball and throw the
blanket. It says I can instantly snuff out a small campfire. Would that be like similar?
Yeah.
So I'll try my prestidigitation to put it out.
Sure, as Turmeric throws this balled up blanket at it, it's the strangest thing, Turmeric. It does put the fire out. As the blanket hits the fire, it seems to just all go out.
So I'll just roar out, I'm the fire master.
All right, team. I wanted to talk to everybody really quick. So, Eberus wanted me to stay behind. To chat, I guess. I'm pretty concerned about what he mentioned to me.
Was he hitting on you?
No. So they know about me being aware, my lichen. They know that I'm a lichen. And they know about Bryn and like the necromancy situation. So he kind of said that there's rumors going around about the Syndicate having these certain people in their group and that we should kind of watch ourselves.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
So I don't understand. Like we just came back from Regis's place, so we have to be really careful now when we talk about stuff. I don't know if someone overheard or
probably missed.
Yeah, but why
maybe
would
they should just mind their own business.
Yeah. I think
it just makes us look more intimidating.
What we should do is we should go back to that shop, that souvenir shop, and drop a whole bunch of rumors about how we met with them, and like just throw out all sorts of weird stuff that the syndicate is doing, and then it'll just be a bunch of rumors. Maybe instill some fear.
Then who knows what's true, right?
Exactly. Start saying all sorts of stuff, and we can, I don't know, we could drop rumors about anything. That we're so powerful that people shouldn't even ask or whatever. Or if Lily ever even smelt that you mentioned werewolf, she would eat you. I don't know.
that Holden has a big, giant shield.
Yeah, sure. Sure, Holden.
I don't
Gets
know. He
lots of
just made it
dragon
seem like,
ladies.
not that we're in danger, but that people could come after us
People
is kind
will
of
be
what I got.
scared of us.
No,
Is
not
that what you're
scared.
saying?
Like, come after us because of these things that we're doing.
There's already people after us.
I don't know. I just thought I'd let you guys know.
Well, maybe
it
we should
is-
have a public forum where we can air all these grievances with the general community and let them know that just because we have lichens and necromancers doesn't mean we're lesser of an organization than a group that doesn't have these with them. We can change
we
the
can
entire
protest.
narrative.
Yeah.
Trailblazers of Waterdeep.
I mean, we can really
don't
make
know.
our story however we want to. Like, we can start rumors of our own. Really.
I think it's just for the population as a whole. Lichens and necromancy is just kind of bad news. So it's just kind of a stigma about us now.
But maybe if we used it for good things, we can combat that.
Maybe if we erase that stigma by
I mean, it's not as easy as just, you know, eraser to paper kind of thing. But yeah, like we could work on it.
We wouldn't have to actually do it, but we could make rumors like, oh, I heard that, you know, the necromancer of the group actually, you know, helped a stranded kid on an island with a undead creature that carried him across the river. I don't know. I mean, we could start our own rumors about it.
Yeah, I mean, you should try to return that sword for your money, because that thing's a piece of shit, and I could have told you that. And while we're there, for sure, we can start on this little campaign.
Or even just say that it's fake. Like we could no, well, the sword's clearly fake, but we could say like, oh, I also heard that Lily is a panda bear or something. Like, you know, and just call them out for it just being fake. That's not true. I heard this.
Yeah, I don't know. We just came back from Regis's, so I'm just like, oh, how did that get around so fast, if that makes sense? That's where my head went anyways.
Regis did warn me before we left that, you know, necromancers aren't well liked and that I should keep it, you
On
know,
the down low,
on the down
right?
low. Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, he hasn't
Yeah,
really taught me
no.
anything yet. And these cards are kind of out of control, so it seems. So we'll see how this goes.
Okay, well, what do you all think about this Undermountain thing? I mean, we've done a few dungeons and things like that before, but never something that would take us days and days to get through.
Yeah, this one seems like a.
Well, we
this
were
one
in a
seems like it's
cave
gonna be long-term.
for 2 months, apparently. We could do that. We could do a couple days in a mountain.
But it was literally a couple days for us.
I've read about this mountain a lot, and I think we really need to be well prepared. This is a dungeon of a master sorcerer. Like, this is not something we should be walking into lightly as the
Well, what would we need
highwaymen.
to be prepared?
I don't know.
Being
Lots
a
of life?
sorcerer yourself.
Well, we'll definitely need probably some magical items, some health potions for sure, probably some way to trip up some traps, maybe your blink cat, maybe I can cast find my familiar creature could help us.
Maybe some
I don't know,
stones. to throw
Yeah,
at the
check some
traps.
stones. Mm-hmm. Check for ruins. We just have to be more aware.
Okay.
More
Okay.
serious about things. Yes, I agree, but in Good job.
I'm just saying we can't go running into the mountain all willy-nilly.
I also concur.
All right, so we're leaving
I
today
agree.
then, right?
You guys are making me really proud with this conversation.
I mean, I say that, and then in 2 minutes we're gonna be like, let's venture off now.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
So, should we head back to the highwayman? Eros Ibris?
I mean, he's made our job here really, really easy, and he's providing us a healthy reward.
I don't think there's anything
$1,000
easy about going into this
down
dungeon.
payment?
Sorry, yes, you're right. Again, here I am minimizing it. I'm just saying that we were told to go to this fucking giant city and told to find this one little gnome girl, but we're kind of being pointed right to her. Is kind of what I'm trying to say.
Does that seem too easy?
No.
Okay.
It's a weird circumstance that we got pointed right towards it, but hey,
I mean,
this is our first lead, our best lead kind of thing. I mean,
we're not too hard to manipulate.
also that he saw the picture, he knew exactly who we were looking for. Short of confirming that, which again is going to be really hard to do.
Yeah, assuming we believe him. I mean, he could have just used this as an opportunity to get us to find someone that he was looking for.
That's true.
Or to just get us out of his city.
Yeah, he didn't seem
Well,
that
either
impressed
way,
with us,
I'm... Sorry, Bryn knows about the Undermountain, so she knows that it's a place where there's potentially lots of treasure, and that's something that I could get behind.
I mean, the stories do say there's lots of magical items to be found, but I mean, as a sage, things as they go through time and get passed on, stories change, so it's really hard to say. But
I say we just go down there, find what we find, and we just have a swell time doing it.
I like that idea.
So we're agreeing that we're going to do this job then? For the
I
highwayman?
think so. I'm in for
Yeah.
it.
I think
Everyone?
we should...
Me too.
I think we should agree, though, that if it looks like things are going bad down there, we should save ourselves and not lose
Absolutely.
ourselves in this mission and
Mhm.
and end up not coming back. I think
Absolutely.
Agreed.
we're more important than this amount of money.
It's a good
I
call,
agree.
Luke.
Mhm.
We tend to tunnel vision a little bit when we see a
Mhm.
payday, and I think me especially, but
Yeah, that's a very good thought.
The other thing is even if we don't find Nyx or the workshop, or if we think we found them, Penn was just paying us for the information, no? So we could just go back and sell it to him anyways?
Yeah.
money?
do we want
We
the
could just-
reputation of as a group that plays both sides of the job? We might run out of people looking to
We'll
hire
get the
us if they
reputation.
just
That's
know.
true.
As the group that finishes jobs.
The finishers?
Ooh, the finishers.
The vanquishers finishers.
Finishers, vanquishers.
Should we just change our name again and start promoting a different group so that they don't catch the scent of us? Especially with the rumors about Lily and myself. We could just start a whole nother name.
We haven't used a loop syndicate in a while.
Yeah, we could start with Loop Syndicate.
Yeah, but that's been used before, though, so there could still be some information tying us to that name.
The Finishers.
I like that one. Finishers. The Rodney's finishers.
actually think I just heard Rodney sigh in disappointment.
The slight breeze that just like gently moves your clothing.
Just another thought. We could change our name. We need
It's already
something
been
like
changed. Hello.
Well, I think I think we're in agreement that we're at least gonna take a shot
Go
at
down
this.
there.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Okay, so what do we need for supplies? We need
Yeah, we
Tommy
take an
Sonic.
inventory of things. What does everybody have?
We should restock on our rope. I think some of you left your 70-foot ropes behind somewhere.
You guys had
I
like
have-
370 feet of rope 4 episodes
I have-
ago.
We're going down a
Did I
mountain.
lose it?
The things
personally
that I have
myself
that are
have-
useful are 50 feet of rope and a healer's kit. That's it.
I have a Dungeoneer's pack. I have a bottle of red wine. I have 70 feet of rope. I have deputy papers from Baldur's Gate, which I think are going to be useless here. I have 3 Remora's teeth and this little vial of turgid liquid.
I got a metal
Wow.
gear.
I also have a metal gear.
Wait, you got a metal gear?
Yeah, from
Carry on.
that sorcerer's place.
Oh yeah, I know.
I have a pouch of gemstones worth 35 gold still. I have 35 feet of rope. I have a crushed ruby worth 50 gold. I have an eyeball, one of those
Oh, yeah.
eyeballs, and
big
a
city
bottle
like
of
this.
that acid
Were we
blood.
gonna eat that?
I wasn't.
No, were we?
What?
Ugh.
I think we were going to
Plan
try
on
and
making
sell
a
it.
soup.
I thought we were gonna sell it too. I thought it was
Thanks.
worth something.
Big city like this, I'm sure somebody like a magic shop would like these as components. Maybe.
Yeah, we should check it out. Um,
I don't know what happened to all my stuff.
Did you pick up and leave
Actually, I don't
things
think I had
all over the place?
Did you throw it in the corner of another random hotel room?
You leave your bear trap behind?
This
No,
is only
you
so
give me
much you
back
can
the
hang
bear
from your
trap.
belt.
Hmm.
You don't really have
right.
pockets or a pack or anything.
What are
Hey,
you guys
this-
doing here? Vanquish your syndicate.
One of us has to go back to Highwayman. I vote our leader.
And agree to the job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do that right in the morning. Agree to the
Well, if
job,
we-
get the 1,000 gold.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then,
Yeah,
get
then
us
go
the
on
money.
and do our supplies.
Mhm.
And then maybe
And then
even
the next day,
yeah, exactly.
sleep
Yeah,
next day,
okay.
and then we leave.
It sounds like a plan.
So yeah, we'll plan what we're going shopping for today, and then
Mhm.
tomorrow we'll go and split up and go to these various places and hopefully find everything we're looking for, and then
Mhm.
set
Okay.
out.
Yeah,
Sounds
that
good.
sounds great. Okay. So for
What do
sure,
you-
some healing potions. Um,
Whatever.
Food and
1,000
water.
gold.
yeah,
We'll need
I have
we'll
some
need rations to bring with us.
rations. Yeah, I have 10 days worth already in my pack. I think we have enough rope.
I don't have rope.
Got enough rope?
What else?
If we go like 300 feet down there and then find out we need some rope, I want to go 300
Yeah.
feet back up. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Ibris made it sound like there was people there to help us get down. Like, it doesn't sound like
Down the well.
yeah, down the well.
But like
You
down
think
in
there's
a
another?
mountain,
Oh, okay, maybe.
inside the dungeonish mountain. Dungeonish.
I mean, you might have to climb up, but I
Is
don't
there
know.
How well do you know this mountain, Bryn? Is it like a wide space
I
down
don't
there? Is
have
it
blueprint
small,
plans.
cramped tunnels?
I have
Is it
no
like an
drawings
actual
of the
city
inside.
down there? Oh,
No, it's a dungeon.
that could mean anything.
There's no. It's a dungeon. It's an old wizard's dungeon. So I. Besides that, no one's ever drawn the full inside because no one's gone in that far. So I can't. I
was
can't give
wondering
you
if
a.
it's like enough room to like bring horses down there or something.
I mean, it's a big mountain, but I don't know how you would get a horse down the well. And also, it's probably pretty rough terrain. And like, what if it's a small cave and like there's little parts that you have to crawl in? I don't
That's
think
what
the horse
all I
will
was
fit.
Wondering.
Where are our
Well-
horses?
Turmeric, let him go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking it was like an underground city with like big wide open tunnel places or whatever.
No,
Doesn't
I
sound
don't
like a
think so.
dungeon.
Yeah, I don't think so. But it's a good thought to me. I don't think so though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So booze, healing stuff, food. Say like 2 weeks worth. Be extra prepared, or
Gosh, that sounds like a long time.
We don't know how far it is. I wonder
Well,
if
it's better to be prepared than not prepared.
we should get something to like breadcrumbs. Leave on the ground so we can find our way. What if it's so
Mhm.
big that we get lost?
Yeah, we
We-
can get like some chalk or something, or
Yeah.
paint. Just paint.
like
Yeah.
pebbles or something
Or
to bring
pebbles.
with us.
I don't know.
Some
Drop 'em on the
charcoal
ground.
to
Literal
Yeah, bits of
breadcrumbs,
charcoal.
pieces of bread,
That's what I was thinking, like actual breadcrumbs.
tiny
You just drop
bespoke
'em.
pots, maybe.
Bits of charcoal, and then markings are probably is like a smart thing.
Yeah, maybe on the walls.
Yeah.
Although now that I think of it, I want to say I think I can. Oh no, I can only do 3. Yeah. Let's get chalk. That
Okay.
sounds good.
We're probably just gonna go down there and get lost anyways.
Yeah, well, just in case. Never know.
We always plan. I remember.
Here, you guys gonna go do that. I want to cast Find My Familiar. It's gonna take me an hour at some point while you guys are getting supplies.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
well, I
go talk
think
to
we have.
Is this meeting over?
Yeah, I'm gonna go talk to that guy. Tell him we'll set off in the morning and collect supplies, and we'll. I'll just give him the heads up.
Sure.
Sure.
I'm gonna take Mort with me outside and
Okay.
spread the word of Rodney on the
Sure.
streets.
As you open the door, he basically falls back almost through it where he's leaning against it.
I'll catch him.
Okay, yeah, he'll accompany you outside. Holden, you're gonna go talk to Ibris again and confirm you guys are taking the job.
Yeah, can I just freely walk back there?
Yep. Yeah, opening that same door. You don't see Ibris, but you do see Mist. Is in the room is still. And she regards you with her blind eyes.
Mist, we I don't know where that tiefling is, but can you tell him that we'll accept his offer?
I'll pass it along, yes. Kind of pats yourself down. Goes, well, if you accept the offer, well, I guess this is yours. And throws you a pretty heavy bag of coins, which as you catch, seems to be about 1,000 gold you would give or take, as you discussed with her.
Great. Miss, can I ask you a few things?
Hang on. I need to check my notes.
Yeah.
I need to check my notes. Was it
1,000's
1,000? Is that right, or was it
Yeah, it was.
500?
Yeah. No,
You guys-
it was
Uh,
1,000.
Is it
You guys talked
thousand?
No.
you guys talked them into more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does seem to have 1,000 gold, you would guess.
Miss, can I ask you a few things?
Well, you can ask. Miss may or may not decide to answer. What is
Okay,
in your
that's
mind?
fine. So you've come to know us a little bit, probably more than even I'm aware of. What the fuck is going on here between the wolves, this faction that you guys call the Web, and these power these reality shards or something? What is going on?
Well, that's the million platinum question. If we knew that, we wouldn't have all these questions of our own. Mist is not sure, and if the highwaymen know, they are not telling Mist.
What did they set you off to do? You and I have run into each other numerous times in
Mist does all sorts
random
of things.
situations.
She watches over interested parties. She acquires things that are rather hard to get. Somebody's mic is going crazy. Oliver Amber, it's one of yours. Unplug and replug there for us, folks.
Okay.
Yeah, some Mike Snow. Jon Snow's brother, Michael. They good?
Good, that fixed itself.
Good?
Good?
Yep.
This whole thing, and I understand why you have to be subtle with what you do, but I don't know. It's I assume you know what we have in our possession.
Well, Miss knows what she thinks you have in your possession, but...
And if you're right about that, you know that what we have is very powerful. And
but
so...
again, in what context? You know, being able to create a sword of ice, powerful, certainly, but can you rule a nation with it? No, not so much. Don't confuse subtlety with just a lack of information. The highwaymen can never say they don't know. Our power comes from, well, much like the masks of the masked lords. It's an illusion. People believe that we are all-knowing and powerful, and so we seem to be.
Mist, I'm going to ask you straight up. Can I trust you, and can I trust Ibris and these highwaymen?
You get the sense that, I don't know how familiar Holden is with Tabaxi expressions, but, you know, where before it was kind of this, almost this, like, flip it back and forth, she seems to be very serious, and regards you. So, yes, of course, with your lives. And Mist will likely trust you with hers at some point.
Insight check that.
Go ahead and roll.
Fucking 1.
It's hard to say.
Makes it a 0.
Really not familiar with Tabaxi. It's very hard to read expressions. This upright walking cat. Every time her leopard printed tail, which it just kind of hangs over a shoulder, and every time it kind of flicks back and forth. It's very distracting. You can't really get a read on her.
Okay, I'll take her at face value, I suppose. And yeah, like not very familiar with Tabaxi, and plus I imagine she has milky blind eyes.
There is a they are milky, but they are visibly damaged. There's a scar that goes horizontally across the nose, and it appears that a knife or a bladed weapon at some point was drawn across her eyes.
Okay, Mist, last question. What are we walking into with this with this whole underground mountain, and with this other character, Nicole or Nix or whoever?
Well, truly, no one knows what is in the Undermountain. It's, I'm sure you've heard, rumored to be massive, the largest structure in the world, some say. As far as Nix goes, well, you can trust her as much as you can trust any of us, I suppose.
Okay, she's pretty solid.
I would vouch for her, yes.
Okay. Well, thank you for your honesty, I suppose. Thank you for
She smiles
this
as
money.
you say that.
And yeah, just let your man know that we'll do what we can.
Of course. And she bows very low. And you can hear kind of, as she rolls her R's, it very much reminds you of like a cat's purr. But it says this big flamboyant bow, and kind of waits for you to make your exit.
I exit.
Okay. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm going to head out and get extremely drunk.
Sure. Yeah. Easy enough to do.
Thinking that we're going to be setting out in a few days for potentially a very, very dangerous assignment.
The bartenders down here in the head bring you, within reason, they can get you pretty much any drink you ask for. And like the rooms, everything seems to be. Yes, what can I get for you?
Something I had down south. They called it introspection, I believe. Do you have have you heard of that particular?
Heard of it, yes. Well, he kind of leans in, just between you and I. I've got a very limited supply, but well, if you'd like to partake, I could say bring up a mug.
Sure.
I have to ask, you've experienced it before. It lasts quite long.
Yes, quite intense. I
intense.
Remember, yes.
Well, just give you a moment. He doesn't leave the room, but he makes you can see him kind of digging around underneath the bar. That'll take him a couple minutes. You can hear things like key rings kind of being sorted through, and you would guess things being unlocked. But he does come back up with a little. It is a metal mug, which seems a little odd to you, but it clinks as it clink, goes down on the marble countertop on the bar. But he places it in front of you. So, well, happy trails.
And I down it in one go.
Sure. Within the next 20 minutes, you will once again start to feel the very strange hallucinogenic effects of this introspective drink that you have now consumed for the second time.
And then I'll just head back to the room and just kind of mellow out and just enjoy the ride.
Sure. Turmeric and Lily, what are you guys doing?
I'm out on the streets of Waterdeep, spreading the word of Rodney with Mort and Wolf.
Sure. How are you spreading the word?
I'm gonna be telling our stories about how he brought back the dead. Well, not the dead, the dying, back onto their feet, and how he's just a great guy. Okay. As I tell these stories, Mort and Wolf are gonna reenact the scenes.
Sure.
So Mort will be like Holden, falling to the ground, and then Wolf's gonna pop up right next to him and like lift him back up.
Sure, roll me a performance check for all of this.
My jam. $10.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Is that
There are- you do. Some people kind of stop and look, and more you get the sense of a like kind of what is going on over here than people maybe genuinely being interested, but getting at least some attention. Lily, what are you doing?
Lily was actually contemplating doing the introspective drink, or whatever it's called, introspective drink that she took from the bar in Bleakburn.
Sure.
Is that the-
Oh, because you have a bottle. For you.
Yeah, I grabbed a bottle.
Sure.
So can I say that I accompanied Luke, maybe?
Yeah, if
this
you want. Yeah.
trip?
You see him at the bar ordering one of these. What you kind of gather is the same drink.
Okay.
And he like shoots his.
I'll just run up really quick. Like, Luke, I got some too. And then I'll just take I don't know, the same amount.
I told you I
but
wasn't
not
a
whole
cop.
bunch. Yeah, so I don't know how much is in that bottle I took, but
You're gonna take the whole bottle?
no, I'm not taking the whole bottle. I'm doing like the same amount that Luke did.
Sure. Okay.
So I don't know if there's any leftovers, but I'm gonna put it back in my pack.
Yeah. We'll say there's two doses in that bottle. Say you still have one dose if you want.
Okay, so let's put it away then.
Sure. And yeah, in the next 10-20 minutes. I mean, where do you Loop goes up to his room, goes up to the room, I guess.
Yeah, I'll probably just go as well. So I'll be in the room, maybe just hanging out with Myrtle.
Sure.
Just holding her.
Watching the colors
and-
change.
Yeah, watching her colors, maybe.
As it starts to sink in and you start to feel the effects of this introspective drink, playing with your snake, your color changing snake Myrtle. Roll me a yeah, because it's called an insight check. Roll me an insight check. There's something as this kind of drug takes hold. It's the strangest feeling where you feel like you are on the cusp of some great realization, like you are just on the edge of seeing or realizing this bigger whole that you're a part of. You can't really describe it.
I rolled a natural 1, but it's 2.
Yeah, and then
So sad.
and then as you feel like you're about to grasp it, like about to, you feel like you're about to transcend your being and gain this greater understanding. And as you're kind of looking at Myrtle, Myrtle starts to open her mouth, and it just keeps opening and opening, and then you're falling into this snake's mouth, and like this trip is going bad. And Lily is just like lying on the ground, like kind of losing her shit.
Oh no.
Bryn, what are you doing?
I'm going to cast Find My Familiar and use my herbs.
Okay.
And I'm going to make a bat.
Sure.
Um,
Salem is now a
and then-
bat.
Yep, Salem's now a bat.
Okay.
And I'm going to... I'll see when I'm done. I'm gonna finish up and then I open the door. Or is Lily, sorry, did you go back to the room?
Yeah.
Okay. So once I'm
I
done
don't know why I
casting
have
and I come back, I just see like Lily sitting there on the floor, kind of fetal position, kind of shaking.
And
I'm
Loop is like
li-
lying on the bed, looking at the ceiling, like hands, kind of just, like he's on a beach, kind of just looking at everything going by.
And I like see them doing this and like don't see anyone else anymore. I'm like, what is going on? And I'll tap Loop. Loop, what are you guys doing?
We're introspecting.
Oh shit. You guys know we have a big thing tomorrow, right?
Well, that's why we're getting it out of the way today, because I mean, there's probably not going to be a lot of time. I think the bartender has some more if you wanted to give it a shot.
Yeah, I think I'm okay. How long did that stuff last time?
How long did that stuff last?
Anyways, I'm gonna see them tripping, and then I'll head downstairs and look for Holden.
I would assume, Holden, I would assume you're still probably in the main bar. This is an hour after kind of all this.
Okay. Yeah, because you just finished your thing, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the bar, just drinking, chatting up the bartender.
Holden.
Hello?
I don't know how long you've been drinking at the bar, but
About an hour.
okay. Have you seen the other two in the room?
Yeah, they're kind of getting fucked up.
Oh, okay, so you knew about it then.
It's okay.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, Turmeric's outside. He's enacting a play.
Okay.
The people in here are actually putting on a better performance, so that's why I'm here.
You mean then turmeric?
No, the bards in the corner there.
Okay.
Yeah, there's an old human male and a male dwarf kind of plucking away on a couple instruments.
The Kashmir Moon, they call themselves. It's they're actually really good.
Never heard of them.
Now you have. What's up?
I was just curious if you knew about the other two, because I couldn't recall how long that introspection lasted. I thought it lasted quite a while. But I guess we'll find out.
I was yeah, I don't know. I was sort of busy last time that happened.
I need you guys to make this scene last at least 2 minutes while I run to the restroom and pee. And then we need a full break. I just need to, like Oliver during the honey heist, the GM has to step out.
Yeah.
Handle it.
We got this.
All right, everyone, let's take a total swerve and do something completely different.
Yeah, let's fuck it all up.
Let's fuck the whole bar up.
So, where's your familiar right now? Is it like hanging out?
Yeah, I was actually going to put it in, I can make it dismiss it and put it in my pocket dimension, which happens to be in my pocket. So
it's not hanging out right now?
Yeah, no, it's in my pocket.
Okay.
Dimension?
It's just chilling. No, it's a different dimension, yeah. My pocket dimension. In my pocket. Which makes sense.
What's your whole take on this?
I don't know. I think it's going to be hard. I think it's going to be harder than we planned for. I think as you're sort of our leadership role, we should make sure to take some rests maybe when we get tired. And
that fucking centipede Ramora's thing was actually really hard. I almost died.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. And so and that was in a cave.
Yeah.
So who knows what other creatures we're going to find in this cave?
Yeah, but I'm really glad that you're taking it seriously and really trying to urge the team to prep. So that's, again, I'm really proud of you guys on that.
Thanks, leader. It's good. It's good to get those praises.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Everybody's doing a really good job.
Yeah, we're trying. Although the other two there are getting fucked up, so I don't know.
That's okay. We all need. I mean, for as serious as I make everything sound, we all need a little bit of fun too.
Yeah, that's true.
Tell me about that Dragonborn.
The lady? Oh, you can handle that, lady.
Okay, enough said. Look at this dwarf. He's really killing it on the accordion.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
This is big solo where Tunt is just going ham, frantically just pumping the box, as they say. He's just giving it to this accordion.
Good music. I think I'll have a little fun as well. Tomorrow we're gonna buy our stuff tomorrow then.
Yeah, I think we'll just take the night to kind of relax and unwind and back on the clock in the morning.
All right.
Here's 200 gold, by the way.
Oh, thanks. You needed that. Yeah. Well, then I'm gonna get drunk. Maybe hunt down some more dragon ladies and catch you in the morning.
Godspeed, young lady.
Fucking direct. Like, what have we done?
I don't know.
Rod.
I am
speed, is that-
low key jealous of her. Jealous of her.
Skill.
Anybody else do
I'm
anything
just
this
gonna-
evening?
Her dragon boning.
Dragon boning.
Dragon boning. The Dragon Bone Syndicate.
No, stop.
Ay, no. I'm gonna try to snap myself out of this bad trip.
Roll me a... Oh boy, I don't know. Insight, I guess. I feel like we've only rolled insight today, but what else is trying to come out of a bad trip if not insightful?
Yeah, that's true. Okay. 7.
It's harder to do than you think. It doesn't... You're still spiraling down this... Like...
Can I hear her freaking out on the other side of the room?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try and get up and shake her out of it.
Sure.
Like Lily,
roll
where are you?
with... you can make that roll with advantage, because Loop is helping you.
Okay. Sweet. Hey, 19.
19. He does kind of the shocking blue hair of Loop is kind of that thing that you're able to focus on, your grounding point. It kind of brings you back.
Whoa, man. Thank you. I'm just gonna try to, like, touch Loop's hair.
It's really soft. Like, really soft.
Thank you, Loop. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit there stroking it.
I'll like have this super awkward look on my face as she's doing it, but I make no motion to move away or anything. So
Great. Lily is just like petting Loop's hair, and Loop is just going along with it.
Oh gosh. The weird stuff.
Anything else for tonight? As this, again, early evening progresses into the night proper?
No.
Otherwise, we'll say that everybody wakes up refreshed and otherwise happy
Orin to go.
tomorrow, yeah.
Great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. I got my life back.
Yeah.
Burnt myself.
All right, team. Let's go run some errands here. Yeah, first part of the day, first part of the morning. Let's go do that, and then we should really inquire into this. What's that bar's name?
Well,
It was called the
the yawning portal.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah.
Yawning portal.
The
Should we start
name
at Tommy's?
makes me yawn.
Don't.
We said
Ah.
it too many times.
goodness.
Oh, excuse me. We said it yawning portal too many times, and it made me yawn.
Did we get that money, Holden? Did you go and talk to?
Yes. It's 200 for each of you, each of us.
Great. Thank you.
Should-
Yes,
Should
I could
somebody
buy
hold
another
on to-
sword with this.
Should somebody hold on to Turmeric's money for him? I feel like it's
It's too late. I already got it.
being
start-
squandered.
Walking away.
Absolutely,
Or-
it's being squandered.
He's right behind you. He's following you.
I'm gonna cast my rights onto Sheer.
Okay.
Did that?
And I'm gonna cast my mage armor.
Bryn, as you...
Uh-oh.
Just give me an Arcana check. Just give me an Arcana check as you cast your mage armor here.
Mm-hmm. 15?
Okay. As you're going through the motions of casting this spell that you've done countless times, You are 15. As you're finishing casting the spell and the force kind of manifests around you, the mage armor, you feel it's almost like a reflex. You can you feel like you are physically drawn to that deck of cards in a way where it is kind of becoming more and more obvious to you that you can somehow use this as a spell focus or as a replacement for your spell book, provided you can kind of crack the code.
Of how to use it.
Yeah, you feel like you're getting closer. You, with a roll of 15, you can discern that there are, you're correct, there are 3 card positions. Other than that, you're still figuring it out. But you're sure that the positions of the cards are somehow related to either the spell that is cast or maybe the strength at which it's cast. Yeah.
Okay, good to know. But the mage armor does work then?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Good to know. I'm gonna, as it sort of happens and I'm casting it and I feel that drawn, I'm gonna kind of brush my hand on the cards because I feel like this attraction to them. And so, even though they're in my pocket, I'm kind of just gonna grab at them and see if I feel any more connection to them. But I imagine I'm already feeling pretty good.
You kind of feel what you feel. Yeah, nothing more from putting your hand on them, but
okay. And then I'm going to suggest to the group that we head to Tommy's Tonics.
Cast suggest on the group. All right, heads to Tommy's Tonic.
Suggest.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Tommy's?
Gotta move on.
Let's go to Tommy's.
Just telling the folks on the break, it's probably been a year since I've played Tommy.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Hey.
Let's see. Tommy's Tonics is an alchemy shop in the docks area of Waterdeep, which you were able to get directions easily enough to follow. Like most of the buildings on the docks, it's kind of unassuming, dingy wooden building. Doesn't really stand out from its neighbors, other than a garish, bright yellow sign shaped like one of those little ampules, which are these very, very tiny little jars, about maybe an inch long. It says Tommy's Tonics on it. I assume you enter.
I'm gonna go in.
Inside, again, the shop very small. There are 3 tables that form kind of a U shape around the door, limiting the space that you have to walk in. You see various bottles, colored liquid sitting on the tables, and you can see a halfling. You would guess he's fairly young for a halfling. You would guess 40s or 50s, and appears to be working away at some. He's got a mortar and a pestle, and is kind of grinding up something. And as you walk in, kind of looks up, kind of regards you on it. Right, what can I get for you? What's
Tommy?
the mortal? The mortar and the pestle. Well, it depends who's asking. What's your name there?
Name's Bryn. Sent by the Highwaymen?
Oh,
Ring a bell?
well, why didn't you say, come on in, close the door. What can I get you? Healing? What you need? Damage? Maybe some of Tommy's special tonics there? Something a little more powerful? Put hair on your chest? Maybe burn the hair off your chest? You're unlucky? What'll it be? What'll it be? What'll it be? He's looking around at all of you, pointing, asking a different person. What'll it be? What'll it be? What'll it be? Just asking all 5 of the party.
Defensive.
All right, defensive. Okay, let's see what I got for you here. He starts kind of looking around. Oh, let's see. We got a standard potion of healing there. You take that, makes you feel better, right? You get wounds, you get cut up, that'll help you. This one here picks it up. He picks it up. This one, it's the thick, turgid black, whatever the potion that Holden has. This one, Tommy's Tonics, a bit of a gamble, but hasn't killed anybody yet. Let's see. He points at another one, much like the healing potion. Appears to be a little bit bigger. Goes, oh, that one there, that's a really big healing potion. That one pretty expensive. That one there, you can read minds. That one turns you into a fine gas or a mist or some shit. You get through doors. Let's see, you got oil of flying down there. Something to make you slippery. As he's just randomly listing off potions that he can see around his shop.
Anything to make my skin harder?
To make your skin harder, well, I've got several creams. Could do the opposite, make your skin softer. You know, calluses and the type of thing.
I'll take some healing potions.
All right. He holds the two up. Little one, big one. Healing potion or healing potion?
Healing potion.
Assume I can't see you in real life because pretend we're flying across the internet. Big
What's
one.
The prices on them?
Little one. Little one, 50 gold. 40 for a friend of the highwayman. Big one, 150 gold.
100 for the big one?
150 for the big one.
I'll take one big potion.
Okay, you have a greater potion of healing. Mark off your 150 gold. It is 4d4 plus 4 hit points when you drink that potion.
Yowzas.
44 plus 4, and what does a regular one do? That's 3?
D4? No, 2d4.
2d4,
plus
yeah.
2, I think.
Okay.
Well, that was not a good deal then.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
150 and...
Because if you bought
Only
two
twice
small
the healing,
ones,
but half the actions, you drink it, whoop, gone. One action, done, quick, fast. You might not have time, drink 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, who knows?
I guess.
Anything else for you?
How much for that black vial?
75 gold, when a Tommy's on, 75. Friend of the highway, we'll say 60. Big fella like you, fuck it, 55.
I'll take it.
Deal! Me.
How much for 2?
Tosses you.
90
Tosses,
for
like thumb tosses you one of these little ampules. Two would be 110 gold, as you catch the one. Do you want a second one?
No, I don't have enough for a second one.
Alright.
This one.
Okay, mark off your 55. You have one of Tommy's tonics. I don't know. I can't give you the item cards, obviously, because we're over the internet. So jot this down, JR. But when you drink it, it is a. When you drink
take
it,
a picture and send it to the thing.
just jot it down. When you drink it, it's a D4.
All right.
On a 1, you are resistant to physical damage until a long rest. On a 2, you are resistant to magical damage until a long rest. On a 3, you get 10 temporary hit points until a long rest. And on a 4, nothing happens other than you choke on a thick, black, acrid smoke.
And as we know, every time someone drinks one of these things, you just roll a 4.
I think in our history of D&D, we've had like 7 or 8 of Tommy's tonics been used, and literally every time has been the 4, just smoke. It's never once ever been useful.
Oh, goodness. I'll take a healing potion, just a small one.
50 gold. 40 gold,
40?
I believe you said. Yes, 40 gold.
Do you have another small one?
Yes, he does. 40 gold.
Yeah, I'll pay you.
Tommy, I have a question for you. Do you know anyone who can sell magic items?
Well, any of the magic shops here in Waterdeep, I'd gather, unless you mean something a little more particular you're asking after? I'm not really sure. Very strange question.
Just anyone that...
Anybody can sell magic items. Free city. You know, you walk outside, you want to sell a magic item, you're well within your rights if you wish.
Anyone that you or our friends, the highwaymen, would recommend.
Oh, the friend of the highway. Well, you want to head on down to Arnspald's? It's a hard name. Arnspald's Arcana. Arnspald's Arcana. Oh, it's a bit of a hoity-toity, high elfish, short blonde hair, the pointy ears there sticking up, but it makes the good magic items there. Look for the trails of blue smoke leading up through the door. Easy to find. Follow the smoke, as they say.
That gaseous potion you were talking about, it just turns you into a gas form?
So glad you asked. Let me see. When you drink this potion, you gain the effective gaseous form spell. Okay.
Okay, so
you transform. Let's see. You transform into a misty cloud for the duration. Well, in this form, your only method of movement is flying speed of 10 feet. You can enter and occupy the space of another creature. You turn into mist for a round.
The cat?
No.
Tobacco?
The substance.
Cat. How much is that potion?
300? Yes, 300 gold.
A little too rich for my blood.
Tommy, I will take 2 of the smaller potions, please.
Coming right up, he like pew, pew, shoots them out of his. He loves to flick these little potions towards you as he flicks 2 of them. Pew, pew. Mark off 80 gold from your sheet. And you notice they're small compared to potions you're used to. The very, very, very small bottles that appear to have this like very, very thick. It's like a potion concentrate. It seems like. How many potions have you bought in total?
Yeah, we don't need to buy that
I think he's
many.
tapped.
Because I also have a healer feat too.
Greater healing. Sure. Eber spot 2. Who else bought healing?
I bought
potions?
1.
Lily bought
Two
1.
Greater.
Bryn bought 1. That's 4 and 1. Yes, that is. He's now tapped.
Tommy's tonic.
No more healing potions, I'm afraid.
Gotcha.
They'll give you a few days though. Brew up some more. Whatever you need, just well, I say place an order with my secretary. Ah, just kidding. Place an order with me, and we'll have it ready for you.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's move on. Let's go to that Arcana shop and see if they'd be interested in Remores.
yeah, what you can get
Remnants.
for those gears.
Tommy, are you interested in Remores remnants? Is that useful for you?
I've been speaking common my whole life. Don't know what those words mean in that particular order. Some sort of a terrible beastie, I gather.
Yeah. What do we got? We got I've got teeth.
Oh, well,
These
I
pearly whites.
kind of picks one up. Oh, might be more suitable for maybe making weapons than potions per se. But well, if you're just looking to get rid of them, I could give you say gold apiece. I'd take them off you. You probably do, as I say, better if you shop around. But I'll offer it to you right now if you want.
I'll keep that in mind. I'll check out with the weapon maker.
Oh, yeah, sounds good. Be here, or likely in the head if not here.
Thank you, Tommy.
Yeah, let's try out the magic shop.
Okay.
To the magic shop.
Okay.
Bye, Tommy.
Oh,
Nice
thanks for shopping around, so on and so forth. Tommy's Tonics. Is the door closes behind you. Arnspald's Arcana. Let's see here. It's easy to find. Like Tommy said, you do look for this column of blue smoke, which now that you're looking for it, you're able easily enough to find it. As you approach the building that it seems to be coming from, you can see 2 tendrils of this blue smoke lazily leak out of the open doorway, very slowly climbing up into the sky. And as you walk into the open door, you can see there is a large brazier, a big torch in the center of this shop. It has a purple flame, and this blue smoke is very slowly and lazily and very unnaturally kind of billowing out the door. But it's very pleasant in the store. It's not like it's smoky or hard to breathe in the store. You can see a high elf, short blonde hair tied back into a ponytail. He's wearing a blue robe with these terrible red stars. They look like red felt stars, kind of plastered all over it. And you can see there appear to be some weapons hanging from the walls. There are kind of glass cabinets that appear to have. They just look like gemstones as you're looking in at them. You see a few staves leaning up in the corners. You can see smoking pipes. These strange little. They look like ball bearings almost. You're not really sure what they are. But this elf, as you walk in, greets you. Welcome to Arnspald's Arcana. I'm Arnspald. Can I interest you in... He gestures around the shop. Any of the Arcana?
I will speak in Elvish and just say, hi, nice to meet you. What can you interest me in here?
Have we
What do you
made
got?
Elvish a language in our game yet? Is Elvish like, bonjour, mon ami, comme ça va aujourd'hui?
I don't know. I wrote
I say in
down
Elvish.
I'm pretty
Is
sure
that
Elvish is
not
French,
language?
yes.
I think it might
I
be.
seem to remember that being, yeah.
I think it is for some reason. So as you come in, he goes, bonjour, bonjour, comme ça va aujourd'hui? Je
I
m'appelle
don't.
Arnspald. Bienvenue à Arnspald's Arcana. And then he kind of takes it and he goes, well, if it's all the same to you, well, I suppose speak in common for the others in the group. Welcome. What do you seem to be in the market for?
Yeah, well, just kind of interested in seeing a selection of what you have to offer.
He kind of gestures around the shop. Weapons, armor, more interesting trinkets. We have a very wide selection. Or is there anything in particular you're looking for? We have a special on these. He brings out a little wooden. It's like a little wooden chest that he opens, and you can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these little. They look like gemstones inside, sitting on this kind of velvet. We have a special on ironstones. If any of these catch your interest.
Oh, well, that sounds rather interesting. What do they do?
Oh, well, each one does a different thing. It can make you smarter or faster, a better leader, stronger, more fortuitous, if that's what you want. Some of them can make you harder to hit in combat or make it so you can never be surprised, for example. We have quite a selection.
How much?
Well, they vary in price. The ones that modify your physical being, the strength, the speed, those will run you 3,000 gold. For something like the harder to hit in combat, about 1,200 gold.
I'm gonna leave this store
Okay,
and just walk out.
sure. And as you do, is the thank you. Remember, Arnspald's Arcana. Oh, okay.
Do you have anything in the more of the 300 to 500 gold range?
Well, I do have.
Adventurers on a budget.
Well, we do have a select few items. He takes kind of this battle axe off the wall. Let me just make sure I know what it does. This battle axe. He holds it up, and you can see it is. It looks like a plain battle axe kind of construction, but the blade, where the blade has its edge, it has this very noticeable kind of bluish green hue to the metal. And he's like, well, this axe is. I don't know how to describe this in world. When you crit, it crits very hard. And that 350 gold for the axe. Or we have these, and he holds up little what you thought of as ball bearings. These are beads of force. You can throw these, and on impact they detonate with quite a bit of power behind them. 500 gold for the bag of beads of force.
How many beads are in the bag?
Seven.
For how much?
500 gold.
500.
If you had the card, you would know that they detonate with 5d4 force damage.
Oh.
A sphere of transparent force then encloses the area for 1 minute. Any creature that failed to save is trapped within the sphere. So you throw the sphere, it makes this black hole, and anything that's trapped inside is trapped inside. Anything else is thrown away.
Loop, I'd go halfies with you on that if you are interested.
Yeah, I could go halfies on that.
I'm good with that. I'll give him 250 gold.
All right, 250 gold from each of you. And he hands over the bag
Did
of...
you guys tell him we're with the highwaymen?
Oh shit, no.
Sir,
Deals
we're
then.
with the highwaymen. Does that change anything? Sir.
It does not.
Okay, well, I'll be hearing about this. Are you sure you don't owe them any favors? Sir?
Sorry, my mic is exploding. You're making Arnspald angry.
I don't mean to offend you, sir. But
Okay, I
this
think
is
we're good.
official
I think we're good.
highwayman business.
Well, if you have any interesting items you're looking to, well, I wouldn't use the word fence, but otherwise part ways with, I could perhaps take a look.
I have an eyeball.
I have two myself.
Ramirez eyeball. Would you be interested in something like that?
Well, depending on the condition, I might be.
I'll pull it out and show it to him.
As you pull out this, I mean, from the perspective of the eyeball, it's only been like a week, give or take, something like that. Like days, not the months. But even still, this thing smells terrible. And is like leaking all over your hand, and as you put it on the table, it like kind of deflates as this kind of milky green liquid just sort of leaks out of the side. And Arnspald looks at it on the counter and goes, maybe not the eyeball.
You're terribly underselling this. Sir, this is an interplanar remora's eyeball, by the way.
That is true, yeah. We did get this in another dimension.
Very magical, very up your alley.
Seen better days, it looks like.
Yeah, it was living at one point, now it's dead.
How much would you be looking to get for such a item?
3,000. Gold.
I think you'll be better served looking elsewhere to
How much
sell
would
this.
you pay for an interplanar eyeball of the famed Remoraz?
He picks it up by like the long kind of optic nerve from the back and goes, well, I was thinking maybe say 25 gold I could probably do. And he lets it go as it hits the table.
Me personally, I have no value for this, so it's up to you.
I was thinking more like 100 gold.
It's a rotten eyeball. You are more than welcome, as I say, to try and if you can find a better deal, by all means. Between you and I, if we didn't both know the same people, as it were, I would probably not be interested
I'm sure
at all.
The highwayman can find someone for it, and I'll like squeegee it off the. Off the...
And as you are, he's like, I wonder if they will.
I have nothing else to.
Sorry, I was away. Did you sell the teeth already, or do we still have the teeth?
I showed Tommy, and Tommy thought that they might be better served at a weapons maker.
Okay.
I still have some of that blood.
I think we have the
No
blood, and I
problem.
think we have the spines as well.
I have the blood, but I'd prefer to keep the blood. It's got great properties.
Then just sell the eyeball. That thing stinks, anyways.
No, I'll feed it to something.
I would be willing to make you an offer on some blood if it is in good condition, stored properly, depending on how much.
I'll show him the bottle of blood.
Sure. How much did you take? It was a wine ampule or something,
I
wasn't
think
it?
it was a wine.
Yeah,
I can't
wine
remember
bottle
what it
size.
said. I
Yeah,
think it
you
was a
drank the
wine
wine-
bottle.
you drank the
I
wine
think I
bottle,
drank
yeah.
my red wine
Yeah,
because I had
okay.
a wine.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
then you got drunk that day.
And
That's
then
right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I could take the blood. So it's a wine bottle's worth of.
Sure. And as he's looking at it, he kind of dips a finger in and just rubs it on the table and seems to be looking at the color and things. And says, oh, well, this is actually very high quality. could be useful for enchanting all number of things. I could offer you, say, 100, and he kind of lifts the bottle, and you can see him kind of weighing it. Say 125 gold.
I recall it being like acidic. Was it not?
Is
That blood?
burned.
No, the thing just flared up.
You
whenever we damaged it.
You
flared
recall it
up.
being physically hot. It wasn't acidic, but it was. You're right. It did
Oh.
like physically melt and sizzle on things when it landed, fresh out of the creature.
How about
You know what?
how about 160 for the blood and the eye?
I'm kind of thinking. I think that's a worse deal than what I offered you. How about
No,
one?
you said what? You said 125 for the blood and 25 for the eye.
Right, and you want me to pay you 160?
For both of them, yeah.
Wouldn't it just be 150 if I bought them piecemeal? Wouldn't I save myself 10 gold by buying them? Is Arnsfall
But
drunk?
that's just it. I mean, you seem that you're a little more interested in the blood, so we get to unload the eye, and you get to get the blood.
How about 140 for both?
We've gone considerably down from 3,000, sir.
Well, if you think you can get 3,000 for the eye, by all means, you'd be best served to sell it elsewhere.
Don't be prickly.
You said the-
As I say, I would very much like to buy the blood for
deal
you.
with you.
I will offer you 125 gold if you'd like to make the deal, by all means. But if you feel you can get more, no hard feelings, of course.
Said the blood's good for enchanting,
Oh, yeah, all sorts of things, yes.
like enchanting weapons.
Armor, weapons, wands, scrolls, could be any number of magical applications.
I'm gonna keep it for
You
now, but I
enchant things?
appreciate it. And if I change my mind, I'll come back for sure.
Oh, sure, yes. No, as I say, no hard feelings, no hard feelings. You know where to find me, just follow the smoke. You know what they
Maybe we
say,
should
where
enchant.
there's smoke, there's Arnsfald.
Can't say I've
Doesn't
ever
sound
heard
like
that
a
one.
weapon.
Yeah, we're still workshopping it a little bit, but if you could start saying that would be a big help, actually.
If you can praise my god Rodney, that would be a big help too.
Oh, of course,
I'll
praise
spread your word if you
praise
spread mine.
praise Rodney. That's we could definitely help each other.
That's
There
a
you
follow
go.
for a follow, if you get my meaning.
Well, I heard that's a
There's
bunch of
smoke.
bullshit, but I guess I'll do it this time.
There's Argolog. What's your name? Argon?
Who?
What?
Argon?
Aragon? Who?
Where there's smoke, there's Argon.
Arnsfald, very close. Arnsfald.
Arnsfald.
Yep, I'm
right,
Arnsfald. That's right.
Oh, goodness.
What else are we looking for?
We got potions. We didn't find anything.
Did you guys? Somebody mark down the beads. Somebody bought the beads of force.
Well, I assumed Luke did. Sorry.
I was actually gonna ask you,
Oh.
do we want to split them up? Do we want to?
Sure.
Can we split them up?
Yeah.
I
there's
asked
7.
Arnsfald.
Oh, of course, the bag is just the bag. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know. I'll
We can
take
split 'em.
I'll take 3. You take 3. We'll give 1 to someone else just in case. In case someone else
Sure.
needs to give 1 to Lily.
What are they called? Force balls? Force
Beads of force.
beads? Beads.
Force balls.
Force balls.
Force balls.
I hate to sort of take this out of the game, but Matt, is their armor in the range of $300, 300 gold, so that we're not just going in and wasting each other's time about this?
Magic armor?
Regular armor. Like, I'm wearing leather armor myself, but I'm just interested in something a little bit heavier, maybe.
Whatever the prices in the PHP are gonna be, there's probably
Is that
some
what it
kind
is?
of heavy armor.
You have
Take a look.
Oh.
Why are you only wearing leather armor as a fighter?
I don't know, because
Labor.
fucking looks cool in the leather armor.
Let's see. Heavy armor, assuming you have the requirements for it, would be 200 gold for a set of splint mail. AC 17, you need 15 strength, disadvantage on stealth checks.
Do you have 15 strength? Yeah.
Lily, we gave you 1 bead of force.
Thank you very
Force ball
much. One
is what we
force.
call them now.
But yeah, splint mail would probably be, and would be an upgrade over your leather. Leather?
Yeah, totally.
You're just wearing straight leather? You just have 11
Yeah.
AC instead of 17 AC.
Yeah.
Okay, if you wear heavy armor, you lose your dex modifier. That's up to you.
What's your dex modifier?
What's your dex modifier? Yeah, we can math this out
Plus
real
one.
fast. So then, yes,
plus one.
heavy splint mail would be your best bet.
That's across everything, all like my skills and shit. Like I lose that +1.
No, you just don't add it to
just-
your AC. Your AC becomes a flat 17 plus your shield for a total of 19.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Fuck, that's a lot more.
But you get disadvantage on
Five
stealth
more.
checks,
Shit.
and it weighs 60 pounds, so you
No
could
checks.
theoretically be drowned by it.
Don't fall in water.
And that's what, 200?
You
200
run
gold.
at the back.
That's correct.
180? Who am I even dealing with right now?
You'll have to go to an armor shop, a weapon shop, presumably when you try to sell your teeth.
Oh yeah, weapon shop for your teeth.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, you guys are done at the Arnsfald's.
What's your full name?
Arnsfald's weapons armor. You know any shops nearby?
Yes, directs you to the Broken Horn. Glad you asked. It's a blacksmith run by a minotaur. Don't be intimidated. He's a good man. But he
Okay.
can, name a Willem. He can set you up with whatever you need.
Good, great. Gang, let's roll.
Fast
So you're
forward
getting
to
armor.
the blacksmith.
Oh,
Unless anyone has anything they want to do in the interim.
how much does it cost to enchant stuff? Is it an enchant thing?
Whoa, Jesus. Depends on the enchantment you want. What did you have in mind?
How do enchantments work?
Well, you tell me what you want and leave me with a sum of money or equivalent value items and a number of weeks, and I will enchant the item for you.
I want to enchant my longsword to make it better, stronger, hit for harder.
See what that would cost you. +1 I could do for... I'm just looking it up. We use, in our game, for the folks at home, we use sane magical item prices, not the prices from the book, because the book prices are a little bit bonkers. And sane prices, ballpark's a +1 at... about roughly 1,200 gold or so.
Thanks. I'm gonna leave now.
All right.
Bye.
Oh yeah,
We'll pick
split
up
mail
with
looks
everybody
cool. I can
else.
fuck with that. He's only been wearing fucking leather armor because I think it looks cooler than all the other armors. So there's
It's
that.
D&D. Your armor can look like whatever you describe it looking like.
I know. I
You're
sort of
limited
come
by
to
your
realize that now.
imagination.
Okay, what's the armor? Willem, you said, hey?
The Broken Horn, yes.
A great big minotaur?
That's right. He, as you make your way in, you see him. He's kind of, he's wearing leather pants, but is bare from the chest up, much like Turmeric. Is bigger, much bigger than Turmeric. And is kind of your stereotypical, what you would think of as a minotaur. Big, like cow snout. The horns seem to be sawed or broken, maybe. But he is, you would guess, about 7 feet tall, and is very well built, has massive biceps and well-defined pecs and abs and things.
Is a minotaur a playable race?
Yeah.
Huh.
How are his
That's
legs?
Hard to see in the pants, but you would guess small. You see hooves, kind of as you are kind of like looking over the counter. You see hooves. And he regards you,
Challenge
Olden.
to a squat competition later.
We were sent here by Arnspald, and I'm interested in a set of splint mail if you've got it.
Oh, a set of split mail. Well, of course we can get that for you. About 200 gold, I figure, but let's say Armspold sent you. Well, yeah, let's call it, say 175. Sound like a deal.
But, gosh, that is intimidating with their size and your voice and stuff. But, let's have a look at it, please.
Sure, he is able to. I mean, he gets a set of. It looks big to you, but he seems to handle it without too much issue. But takes a set of mail off the wall, and it is standard, splint mail, little like almost like chain mail, but instead of like links, literally linked together, it is little. They look like fish scales, kind of overlaid. Kind of like standard, what you would think of as standard Game of Thrones armor. Almost everybody's wearing splint mail in Game of Thrones.
Okay, I'm looking at it. I'm just regarding it, turning it over.
Seems
kicking
well
the
made.
tires.
Yeah, seems very well made.
Right. Is this brand new? Is this new? Like not secondhand or anything?
Well, nobody's ever worn it or used it before, so yes, I'd say it's new.
I see some scratches and dents over here on the left bracer.
Let me see that. It looks fine to me.
I don't know what you're seeing with your bovine eyes, and I don't mean any disrespect, but
175 gold's a fine price. If
I am a military man myself, so I have a discerning eye for weapons and armor. Yeah. And not to it's sort of fraying at the bottom here. Did you make this, or did you purchase it from somewhere?
I make these myself, yes.
Okay, I don't mean to offend, but 75 sounds a little steep.
Well, it's not getting any lower, I can promise you that. Might get higher if you don't smarten up.
And he does that. He does that like thing that cows do, where they like just blow a huge blast of air. Like horses and cows blow that huge blast of air out of their nose, and you can feel it kind of like moves your hair and your leather armor.
Tell you what, Willem, I appreciate the craftsmanship, and I can tell you're a good man cow. I
can tell that you're a good man child, but let's see if I can maybe, if it's too big, I can see if I can shrink it down a little bit to be a little smaller than average. I make them for, as I say, the average person, but if it's too big, if that's what you're worried about, I'm sure we can get a child size for you.
It's not too big. If anything, it'll be a little too small around the biceps.
Oh, well, I can also expand it out there as well, if that's what you need. Maybe a little around the gut as well, no point getting something too small, you want to be able to grow into it, as it were.
What can you do about the cod piece? You'd probably have to widen that out a little bit. Motherfucker. Can I sweeten the deal with maybe these Interplanar Ramirez teeth? Huh?
Oh, now we're talking. You should have led with these, little child. How many of these teeth do you have?
3.
3? Oh, well, tell you what, I'll take the lot, and you take the splint mail. We'll call it square.
How much are the teeth by themselves? How much would you pay for them?
What's 175 gold divided by 3?
in case we're all wondering, that is 58.33 gold.
That's how much I'd pay for each one individually.
So that actually sounds like a great deal to me. I don't really have use for those teeth. What do you plan on doing with them? What can you do with stuff like that?
Well, they could make any sort of a weapon. A small sword, a big knife. 3 of them. Maybe a sort of a set of punching daggers or something. I'll find a use for them, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's neat.
What about the
You should
spines?
see if you can commission him to make you.
Yeah.
I've got my shield. I don't know. Is there anything you can do to improve upon my shield? Look at it's smiling at you.
Well, it would cost you quite a bit and take me probably a few weeks, but I could always make
I
it better, I'm sure.
I can't be down a shield for a few weeks. You've got yourself a deal with the teeth and the splint mail. But
like
seriously, the pants in the front are going to have to be altered.
I'll make whatever alterations you need.
Okay.
As he sweeps up the 3 teeth. And yeah, hands over your scale mail, makes a big show of like, takes some tongs and like kind of puffs out the pants a little bit. But does hand it over to you, this massive minotaur.
Willem, I really appreciate it. I really like you. That was a very good deal. You were a good man. No matter what I said just a minute ago, is just, haggling.
Oh, you drive a hard bargain, but much the
Great
same to
armor.
you, my friend.
Yeah. Crazy.
I start laughing. I'm like, maybe you can pick up dragon legs.
Hey, come on, Bryn. Easy.
Turmeric, do you have those Remora spines? Maybe those are valuable too.
The what?
The spines from the back of the Remoras.
I think somebody else has them.
Nope.
Somebody better have them.
I have eyeball and blood. Excuse me.
I didn't take them. They were too busy for me to carry. I risked everything to get us an extra one, but hopefully
Apparently no one
somebody
took it.
them.
Someone had, because they were all sitting on the disc.
At
Yeah,
one
but
point,
we couldn't take the disc with us, I don't think. Or did we? No, I wrote down everything that was given to me.
You had the blood, the eyeballs, and
Oh.
the teeth, so somebody
I
has
have
them.
3 horns.
I think that's the spines.
I have 3 Remoras
There you go.
horns.
I think those are them.
Those must be spines then.
Yeah, from the back. Oh, yes, I see what you mean. Yes, spines like barbs, not spines like
Yeah.
Yes,
spinal
yes.
column. I gotcha. You have them, Lily?
Yeah, I have them.
Do you
So I
want to sell
show
them?
him one. How much would you with this horn looking thing?
Oh, well, these are quite a bit bigger than the others. Could make.
Can you make a weapon?
Well, I can make any number of things out of these. I'll give you 100 apiece for them.
100 apiece? No.
Or,
Okay,
if you like,
I'll-
I
We all
could
collected
perhaps
all these
fashion them
together.
into some sort of. I see it's a whip on your belt. I could maybe make some kind of a whip out of them. It'd be, as I say, expensive and take time, but such is the price of power.
That'd be cool.
I don't know,
about a
guys.
sword?
What do you think? 300?
You make a sword out of them?
I could make a sword.
I say
I
add
could
it
make
to your
3
whip.
swords out of these.
Add it to my whip?
See how much it would cost to alter.
It'd be neat to have one of those on your whip.
Yeah, get one added to your whip.
Use one on your whip.
Yeah, how much would it be to just use one and alter my whip with it? How much?
The tooth, or spine rather. What's the modification? The 1,000 gold. Probably take me 5-6 days, maybe.
But we're supplying the material.
How How much did he say it was going to cost?
1,000.
You should just
1,000 gold.
just tie the
I mean,
your whip to that spine.
What do you say? Team 300 golds for these things, or I don't want to pay 1,000 to modify my whip.
I think just sell them and get them out of our pocket.
maybe sell like 2 of them and keep one, and then see if you can modify it later.
Okay. I'm gonna sell 2, and I'll give one. I'll give one to me.
All right, 2. That's 200 gold. There you go.
As he hands over your 200 gold. And mark off 2 of those spines, the only one left. Or Turmeric has the last one, I guess.
Excellent. That's great.
Anything else?
I am set. That's what I was looking for.
How much for a bow?
For a bow?
Bow and arrows.
Let's see. Whatever it is, standard PHP price. Which is... The answer is always standard PHP price. Plus or minus modifier. A short bow is 25 gold. A light crossbow is 25 gold. Longbow 50. Heavy crossbow 50. Hand crossbow 75.
What about like a throwing spear? A lance?
Javelin?
Polearm?
You can throw tridents, which are 5 gold each. You can throw... maybe just tridents? Anything with the throne property.
Javelins should be able to be thrown as well.
Light hand. Oh yes, javelins. You can throw hand axes. You can throw daggers. You can throw light hammers if you want. You can throw spears.
How much for hand axe?
5 gold apiece. Spears are 1 gold apiece if you're looking just for thrown things.
What are they?
Spears?
I'll take... Do I get a discount for a bundle of spears?
Or javelins are 5 silver if you're really only looking for thrown. Javelins are really cheap.
Okay. I'll take how big are javelins?
2 pounds. 2 pounds each, and they're, I'd say probably like 4 feet long. Maybe 4.5 feet long.
Are those something I can like recollect?
Yeah.
Or collect?
Yeah, if they don't break or like get lost, totally.
I'll take 4. How much silver?
5 silver
1
each.
silver?
So 4 would be 2 gold.
I will take 4 of those javelins.
Go ahead and
Just
mark
really
off the gold.
quickly, I'm gonna give everybody the 40 gold for those horns, or for the spine.
Mark it all down, everybody.
40 gold each.
All?
Yes. 40 gold. Hey.
Anything else here on our day of preparations?
Other than like just generic supplies like rations and water and stuff like that. And
you would figure that you get free food and drink at the Hag's Head. You would assume you can get free rations. Anything else though, you will, if you want pitons or anything that is not food and water, you will have to specifically make sure you have.
I would like to get some string and some small bells.
String and some small bells, okay. Easy enough. How much string and how many bells are we talking here?
like 100 feet of string and like 10 bells.
Say it's probably 2 gold for all that.
Okay.
They're like little like fishing style, like clip on the top of your fishing rod, like just little like ding, 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 bells, noisemakers more than proper bells, but
Don't fall, Loop.
I also want to get like little pieces of cotton so I can muffle them while they're in my pack.
yeah, we'll say that's included. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can get little dampers for the bells.
Ding, 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 ding.
Are all shields the same AC?
Yeah. Unless they're magic or otherwise unique. Yeah, they're all... A shield is a shield.
Okay. Well, like a bigger shield is... It wouldn't be more?
No, a shield is a shield.
All right, friends. Anything else?
Really? I don't think so.
No, I think...
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right. It is, late in the night or getting on. Or is this the next day? Sorry, did you guys sleep? You did.
Yeah.
Yes, because
Yeah.
Lily and Loop
We
were... Yeah, sorry.
Tripping balls.
Yeah, so I guess it is still early. You still have most of the day ahead of you if you like.
Let's go check that yawning portal.
Yeah, scout it
we're all
out, see what we can expect. I'm sure some people there know more about what's going on under that tavern. Maybe they'll be able to give us some pointers. Some people who have been in there and come back, maybe that we can find and talk to.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good idea.
We're not gonna
Sure.
go today, right?
No,
Maybe.
No?
I know
Well-
us, so I'm just sure. I wanted to maybe see if I could leave Myrtle.
You can probably leave them with
Mortimer?
Okay.
Yeah.
Mort holds his hands up for the snake.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Or
We'll see.
he
But
will
we
when
also
you
have
get back
drop
to the Hag's Head
Mortimer.
and have this conversation.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
we can just go and talk to the people there.
Sure, you guys make your way to the yawning portal.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Easy enough to find from from the directions you've been given. It seems pretty big. It appears to be 4 stories, like a main floor, maybe up to 3 upper stories. It's kind of hard to tell. But other than that, it just seems kind of unassuming. Like the other kind of buildings in the docks area. Oh, I'm a liar. I'm sorry. The Yawning Portal is actually in the Castle Ward. So you do kind of have to go very close. You are in the shadow of Castle Waterdeep as you approach the inn. But it is still this 3-story. I mean, it looks very similar to the buildings around it, kind of dumpy wooden buildings. And as you open the door, you see... Actually, we'll pick up there next week. Sorry, I was trying to decide if we were going to do the beginning, if we would pick up there. I was sort of seeing how much time we had and looking at stuff, but as you open the door to the yawning portal, as you open the door to the yawning portal, I'm sorry for the tease there. We will pick up there next week.
Okay.
Hooray.
Okay.
As you prepare to make your way into the things I said were true, the single largest
Oh my
dungeon
gosh.
in Dungeons and Dragons history, the largest structure in apparently the Forgotten Realms lore, at least here on planet Terrell, is this Undermountain.
well, if anybody can do it, it's us.
Hell yeah, this is gonna be dope, you guys. This is like a legendary, super well-known, this is like the Mines of Moria of Dungeons and Dragons. The Undermountain goes on for hundreds and hundreds of levels. It's gonna be awesome.
Oh, good
yeah.
thing we forgot that chalk.
Super excited. Well, you guys are just checking it out.
Charcoal.
Write that down for next time. You haven't gone in yet. But yes, we're on the cusp of really exciting things. Join us in the DMs Guild this Wednesday, right here on this Twitch channel, twitch.tv/TalkingReckless if you want to start creating some of the challenges that the folks will see here in the Undermountain. What do I got to tell you? We do a video game podcast called Talking Reckless. Go check that out. Do that every week. On that feed as well, we do a Westworld podcast called Westworld FM. Should be a new episode on Monday.
Syndicate.
Thank you very much to Oliver and Amber.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you to JR
Awesome.
and Paula.
Thank you very much.
And thank you to Kevin.
Thank you.
And thank you very much to you at home for listening. We'll be back here next Sunday. We do this every Sunday right around 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Rolling Reckless. We'll be back next Sunday with more live D&D action. If you'd like to support this madness, you can find us over on Patreon at patreon.com/TalkingRecklessPodcast. I know it's very, very tough economic times for the world right now, so thank you very much to everybody who is able to keep up that Patreon subscription. It means a lot, and there's a lot of extra content on there for you as well, so go and check it out. And I guess the biggest thank you is to you at home for listening. Like I say, we'll see you back here in 1 week's time, next Sunday. We'll gather together for the next episode. It'll be episode 17 of Rolling Reckless. We'll see you then.